cradle and cool. A crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. South Carolina's march toward a repeat continues tonight when the Gamecocks take on Texas in the women's Final Four, 7 Eastern, ESPN and ESPN2, followed by number 1 overall seed UCLA versus Connecticut. Duke freshman Cooper Flagg named AP Men's College Basketball Player of the Year. He became just the 4th freshman to win the award, one day before he and the Blue Devils play Houston in the men's Final Four. ESPN College Hoops analyst Luke Hancock.
This is a battle of those veteran guys for Houston. Can they junk the game up? Can they impose their will? They're going to go in there and say all the hype is on these Duke guys that are going to be first-round draft picks. We're going to show you we can compete with anybody. And I think that edge, that toughness, that's going to deliver for Kelvin Sampson's squad.
Luke Hancock on Clinton and Friends. Auburn's Bruce Pearl, St. John's Rick Pitino will share AP Men's College Basketball Coach of the Year. NBA fined Memphis star John Morant $75,000 after making finger gun gestures in the last 2 games. He'd been warned after the first gesture Tuesday. Morant was suspended twice previously by the league due to brandishing a firearm on social media.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday as we get closer to the draft. I'll tell you what the perfect draft would look like for my Giants. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right! Woo!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Jacob Beck. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. Bottle of Evermore wasn't there. There now. All right, we're glad you're with us. Lot to get to today. Theriot next hour, Ben Mintz in hour number 3. Let's begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! LSU beats Oklahoma 2-0 game 1. What an outing by Kade Anderson. One, I suggest, will probably define Kade Anderson's career, lest he do something even more magnificent in the postseason, which is when legacies are usually defined around LSU in this program. But Kade Anderson, in a battle of the aces, went toe-to-toe with Kyson Witherspoon and outdueled him. As my good friend Patrick Coogan would call it, a CG shut piece, a complete game shutout for Kade Anderson. 9 innings, no runs. He allowed just 5 hits, struck out 14, career high, only the 2 walks, did it on 135 pitches. Kade Anderson was masterful. And to think how it started when Oklahoma loaded the bases against Anderson in the first, he was bumping up near 60 pitches after 2 innings. It sure didn't look like he was going to be able to extend deep into this ball game, but he kept taking the ball and he kept throwing up zeros. A couple of really pivotal moments in this game. There were 3 times in the ball game when Oklahoma had a runner at second base. all 3 times Kade Anderson followed with a strikeout to get out of the inning. We talked a lot about Oklahoma and how they sort of manage their offense, right? That's a team that they don't play really the power game. They are small ball. They're get them on, get them over, get them in. And Jay Johnson talked about it on Off the Bench Thursday morning on his interview that the key for Oklahoma offensively is to get the leadoff guy on. Because when you get the leadoff guy on, that's what puts the wheels in motion. That's when you can steal a base. That's when you can hit and run. That's whenever you can do a lot of things to try to put pressure on the opposing pitcher, the opposing defense, and get the offensive wheels in motion. 9 innings, Oklahoma got the leadoff man on base 1 time. It was Christensen's double in the 6th inning. And you know what Kade Anderson did after that? Strikeout, strikeout, you guessed it, strikeout. He was flat awesome. Now in the 6th, the strikeout of Branch came after Branch hit about a 400-foot foul ball, which caused us all to hold our breath because on a still day, that's probably a homer. It's a tie ball game, and it has a decidedly different feel, but it's what it was. And Kade Anderson went out there. There's been some conversation about the pitch count going up to 135. It's interesting whenever they're on the road. Jay doesn't have traditional media availability like he would in a home game. But I'm certain that had he been asked, had anybody gotten on base against Anderson from the 7th on, they were going to pull it. Zach Cowan was loose. He was ready to come in the game. They kept showing him on the broadcast. If anyone got on base against Anderson, he was going to come out of the game. And you heard Todd Walker on the broadcast. They were saying it. This feels like a one-batter type deal situation. And after the leadoff guy got on in the 7th, he retired him in order after that. He went back out for the 8th. Remember, the first batter of the 8th was the little tapper in front of the mound. He made the really athletic play getting off the mound and throwing the guy out. He got him in order in the 8th, went back out for the 9th, and got him in order. Absolutely masterful. I don't really worry about the 135 pitches. He was on full rest. Also, the 2 things you would look at if you're noticing arm fatigue would be velocity and accuracy. Well, the velo ticked down. I mean, he went from 94, 95 to 92, but it wasn't like you were down in the 80s. It wasn't a dramatic drop, and his accuracy wasn't affected at all throughout that ballgame. So you had a guy that was still throwing with full force, looked awesome, and oh, by the way, you get an extra day this week because he pitched Thursday. He'll pitch next Friday on the road at Auburn. So I have no problem with Kade Anderson extending the way he did because he didn't look in any way affected by going the length he did. It was awesome to see. So it was by the way, for context, first complete game shutout for an LSU pitcher since Paul Skeens against Tulane in the regional in 2023, which was a very controversial decision by Jay Johnson to throw Skeens against Tulane. Remember, that was a 19-win Tulane team. I've compared it to or equated it to using a bazooka to kill a bunny. Like, it was just complete overkill to use Skeens in that situation. But the last time an LSU pitcher had a complete game shutout on the road was Eric Walker in his freshman season at Arkansas in 2017. So historic stuff there for Kade Anderson, and it set LSU up beautifully for the rest of the weekend because now you're going into the next 2 games needing 1 to win the series. And you look at a situation tonight where you've got Anthony Ianson queued up, Zach Cowan, Kason Evans behind him. If you want to go Ianson, Cowan, Evans tonight, if you got a lead to get home and win the series, awesome. You do it unapologetically. You win the series, and you figure out Game 3 behind Chase Shores after that. But you had a chance tonight to go win the series. This is the situation that presented itself at Texas. When you had the great performance by Anderson, you won Game 1, you had the lead in Game 2, and you had nobody in the bullpen that could get you home. And you blew the 5-2 lead in the 5th. Very different feeling going into tonight's ball game if offensively you can get going. Speaking of offense, of course, you face Kyson Witherspoon, who, he is a consensus top 15 pick in this summer's draft. You saw the ability, the 4-pitch mix. He's awesome. I mean, he is an elite arm talent, he is the best arm talent you've seen this year, bar none. And you went out there, and offense wasn't easy to come by, but you made it count in a couple of spots. the 2-out rally in the third with Curiel's double, followed by Jones with the full count single, which was a beautiful piece of hitting. They stayed away, and he just dumped one into right field to get the run home. Beautiful piece of hitting by Jared Jones. That's something that's a hit he would not have gotten 2 years ago when he was sort of a one-trick pony, dead pull power hitter. He has now shown he can hit for power, for average, and hit to all fields. That was great to see. Chris Stanfield came through with the big RBI double after Hernandez's leadoff double in the fifth. They went small ball in the fifth and in the seventh. You know how I feel about it. I hate it. It was unnecessary. After Hernandez's double, Stanfield, you didn't need to sacrifice Reeves. Stanfield's double would have had him home anyway. And then obviously in the seventh, you went Braswell sacrifice bunt, and Stanfield missed the sign after that, and then Hernandez got thrown out at the plate. It's just not LSU's game. That's not what you are offensively, and you know how I feel about it with the whole small ball. It didn't work. And statistically, it's not the right play. But it didn't hurt you. No harm, no foul. You win the game. You're on to the next, and that's today for Game 2. Cade Crossland will be on the mound for Oklahoma. We told you a little bit about him yesterday. He's a lefty. He's a junior. He's 92 to 94. He's got a good breaking ball and a good changeup. So this is a different kind of challenge. He's only thrown 24 innings on the season, but he's got 29 strikeouts to 13 walks. He got roughed up against Mississippi State a couple of weeks ago. He gave up 8 runs in just 3 innings, but he was brilliant last week against Alabama. Just 2 runs in 6 innings pitched. So see if the LSU bats can get through against him. It's worth mentioning, you faced a really good lefty last week in Pico Khan of Mississippi State. You faced 2 really good lefties on the road at Texas, and you handled them well. So LSU, offensively, the lineup has handled left-handed pitching, good left-handed pitching so far this year. You got another good one tonight on the bump with Cade Crossland. We'll see how LSU does. 6:30 first pitch, Tigers Sooners Game 2 there in Norman. Hopefully they get this one in with no weather disturbance. It's going to be cold again, and then we'll just watch the skies on Saturday with a lot of rain in the forecast in Norman. But a great opportunity for LSU right now, which is at 8-2 in the conference through 10 games. The best record through 10 games in SEC play since 2013. That great LSU team, of course, that made it to Omaha and fell just short. Just didn't have a great run in Omaha. But a great opportunity for LSU tonight with a full bullpen, with Anthony Ianson on the mound, a lefty from Oklahoma who's a good arm, but you've hit lefties well. Great opportunity for LSU to go out and win this series and win another series, its first road series win of the season. All right, we'll talk plenty about it. Theriot will be here with us next hour. We're glad you're here. Our show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of the Tigers. You're going to be watching the game tonight. Make sure you stop into the store. If you're going to the bar, the restaurant, whatever it is, have plenty of ice-cold Bud Light when you're watching the Tigers. There's fairs all over town this weekend. If it's the Our Lady of, the Holy Family Fair, I know is this weekend in Port Allen. The St. Jude Fair on Highland Road is this weekend as well. Shout out. Make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light. Drink easy with the official beer of AFR, the official beer of the Tigers, Bud Light. Okay, y'all, glad you're hanging out. If you want to jump aboard, feel free to do it. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can get involved in the show. When we come back, today was Colorado's Pro Day. So Shadur Sanders, Travis Hunter, obviously the headliners. But that runs adjacent to a lot of other quarterback news around the league. And we're trying to read the tea leaves a little bit to see what teams might actually be in the market to draft a quarterback. And might that put a lot of buying power in the Saints' hands? We're going to talk about that as we continue. It's AFR.
After further review.
Turnaround season's here, y'all. And our friends over at the Advanced Turnaround Group can help you out. Remember, the Advanced Turnaround Group is the turnaround division at Action Industries. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics. They're online, actionindinc.com. Confusing, I know, but just remember this. Action Industries Incorporated. actionindinc.com, or just Google it. It'll pop right up. Action Industries. Of course, they've been an industrial contractor for 42 years, 43 years now, since 1982. The Advanced Turnaround Group is their turnaround division. This is a completely separate set of resources, and they go above and beyond. They have 24-hour emergency on call. They offer specialty welding as well. And you're going to get that personalized service that's been a major key of Action Industries for more than 4 decades. Action Industries, a proud partner of LSU Athletics. Call and ask about the Advanced Turnaround Group at Action Industries.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, Theriot will be with us here in about 45 minutes from right now. Ben Mintz in hour 3. We'll get to our college baseball picks like we do. Mincy is not coming in for Hogs for the Cause. By the way, an awesome fundraiser if you've never been. We did the show from Hogs a couple of years ago. Mincy was part of a team down there on the lakefront, invited us to do AFR from their team tent, and I was blown away. And Hogs for the Cause it's an awesome organization. They're basically raising money for to battle childhood pediatric cancer, and they make these Hogs houses, which is awesome. It's essentially free lodging for families that have to go for treatment, which I can tell you on a personal level. You know, Eric and I lived that life when Drew was born and we relocated to Houston, and we didn't have that kind of a resource, and it was an enormous financial strain. I mean, because you still have your home, we still had our home here in Baton Rouge, and we had to relocate to Houston for an indefinite amount of time, which ended up being 9 months. So you're still paying your mortgage and all of your expenses in Baton Rouge while we moved. And then we had to have an apartment there. And thank God we had so much support. You know, Guarantee was amazing to us, and they ran fundraisers, and our community embraced us so much and helped us as a very young family be able to survive that. But there's a lot of families who aren't as fortunate. And things like the Hogs House or different organizations like that are an amazing resource. So even if you can't make it to Hogs for the Cause this weekend on the lakefront, and I hope they have better weather than what looks like it's in the forecast, highly recommend if you can, you donate to the cause. An amazing, I'll make a donation for certain. It's 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 amazing, and it really helps families going through an impossibly difficult time. So good luck to everybody at Hogs this weekend. All right, it's After Further Review. Thanks for being here with us. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Oh, quick note, we will be next Friday. We're at Don Juan Cigar Bar for Friday's AFR. We'll tell you more about the show, but had lunch today with Russell Shepard, former Tiger great. He's doing so much in business, and we'll be at Don Juan for AFR next Friday, which will be the day before the LSU spring game. And so a lot of former Tigers will be there and everything. Kind of a meet and greet of sorts, but really looking forward to next Friday at Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. So we'll look forward, hopefully, to see a lot of y'all out there as well. Friday was Colorado's Pro Day, and this was notable for a couple of obvious reasons. Travis Hunter, the Heisman winner, was there, and he's a presumed top 2 or 3 overall pick. I think everybody is pretty sold on Travis Hunter and the fact that he's going to go somewhere at the very top of the draft. He's about as risk-free a top-tier pick as you could possibly imagine, be it at corner or receiver. He's outstanding. Everyone knows that. The real question was about Shedeur Sanders. And Hunter did go run routes for Shedeur Sanders at his pro day today. And this was a very interesting showcase for Shedeur in the throwing session because there seems to be a lot of questions about Sanders and whether or not teams are willing to invest one of those top-tier picks in Shedeur Sanders. And for me, it's a really fascinating conversation about New Orleans and really every other team that might be interested, because when you get to this part of the draft, you always look at a couple of things, notably with the quarterbacks. Like, who is a quarterback-needy team? Like, what's a team that might actually pull the trigger on a quarterback? Well, I mean, you can run through the top of this year's draft, and you could very easily identify who those teams are. Well, the Titans need a quarterback. The Browns need a quarterback, even if they don't take one. The Giants have all of a sudden become a little more up in the air because they've signed both Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. So there's kind of this question of, okay, well, are the Giants actually in the market for a quarterback in the draft? And I think there's some conflicting opinions there. I'll come back to that in a second. New England took Drake May a year ago, so clearly New England's not taking a quarterback at 4 overall. You got Jacksonville at 5. Trevor Lawrence is locked in there. The Raiders at 6 would have seemed like a possible candidate until we hear the news on Friday that the Raiders and Geno Smith have agreed to a 2-year, $75 million contract extension. And the most important part of that is $66.5 million of it is guaranteed. That's notable because sometimes you'll see these big number NFL contracts, but if the guaranteed number isn't there, it's basically just a contract. It's not worth the paper it's written on. Remember years ago, Donovan McNabb, when he signed that deal, it was like a $75 million deal with the Redskins at the time. And everyone's like, $75 million, Donovan. And he was gone after 1 year because the whole thing was basically voidable. There was no guarantees in it. So the fact that he's got $66 million in guarantees tells you, no, Geno Smith is going to be with the Raiders and his former coach from Seattle, Pete Carroll, for the next 2 years. Like he wanted to reunite with Pete Carroll. They've invested in him there. So like the Raiders feel like a team that's off the board for taking a quarterback. The Jets at 7 are always a possibility. I mean, it's the Jets. Aaron's no longer there. Carolina's not taking a quarterback at 8. Then you look at the Saints at 9. The Bears obviously have their quarterback at 10. The Niners with Brock Purdy, are they content there? Dax and Dallas at 12. Tua at 13 with the Dolphins. You see, you just start to look up and down that board and you go, okay, well, where are the quarterbacks going to come off the board? That's why there's a lot of people suggesting maybe you could see a slide for Shedeur if he gets past those first couple of picks. So the Saints become a very interesting target team. And you're starting to see Shedeur's name pop up in mock drafts to the New Orleans Saints. Because if, in fact, you look at it and you say, okay, the Titans take Cam Ward, and let's say the Browns at 2 select Travis Hunter, and the Giants with Jameis and Russ decide they're not drafting a quarterback because they already have 2 veterans, well, then the next team that would make sense to take a quarterback would either be the Jets at 7 or the Saints at 9. So are the Saints a possibility? Ian Rappaport was on Good Morning Football today and had this to say about the Saints' possibility of taking a quarterback, but it wasn't exactly what you think.
The Saints do need a long-term solution. Say whatever you want about Derek Carr, not someone who's going to be the Saints quarterback for the next 10 years. In fact, there were plenty of times, Mike, you and I talked about it. We thought Derek Carr might not be the Saints quarterback This year, the reason they paid him all the money, the reason they put themselves in that position to restructure his contract, because they don't want to have to go into this draft absolutely needing a quarterback no matter what. They don't need a quarterback. They have one for this year, but they are in a position where they could take one. They have done all of the quarterback homework. They have been a heavy presence at pro days. They have been a heavy presence at quarterback workouts. They have done all of the background and homework. So if there is a quarterback there that they like in the top 10, for sure could take one, would make a lot of sense. A quarterback wouldn't have to play right away. Would also not be surprised if they traded back into the first to get maybe a third or fourth quarterback and say, you know what, you can also sit. The Saints don't need one, but for sure, guys, they are a team that could end up taking a quarterback in late April.
The more interesting part about what Rappaport said was at the end. We can focus on Shedeur and the possibility of him being there at 9. But what if the Saints pass on Shedeur at 9 and the free fall starts, and you have a Brady Quinn, Aaron Rodgers type situation? Well, now that player's sitting there in the 20s. Well, now the Saints maybe are more inclined to package picks to move up to take a quarterback in the 20s instead of at 9 overall, if that free fall happens, which is certainly plausible, and we've seen. I mean, a couple of years ago, we saw Malik Willis, who, it goes to show you never really know what teams are thinking. Malik Willis was a guy that was in everybody's first round, and he ended up tumbling in his draft year into round 3 before Tennessee took him. So Geno Smith in his draft obviously ended up falling out of round 1, going at the top of round 2. I think there's a couple of things when you start to look at some of the circumstantial evidence that might speak to what teams are thinking or might be a smokescreen. This is one of the reasons I love the draft. So, for example, the Giants. The Giants are sitting there at 3, and it's long been thought a possibility that New York would be a landing spot for Shedeur. Big Apple, Dion would want his son in that market, all that sort of stuff. Well, Brian Daboll, the head coach, did not go to Colorado's pro day. And so there's a lot of talking heads around the NFL saying that it's unprecedented for a head coach, not to attend a quarterback's pro day and then ultimately to take that player. Well, I was talking to Ross Jackson earlier today, and I was just texting to try to get a firm answer on this, but I don't believe Kellen Moore was at Shedeur's pro day today in Colorado either. So I'm trying to get confirmation on that. Forgive me, I don't have it right now. Who of the Saints brass was there? But I'm sorry. I'm trying to find it. I don't think Kellen Moore is there. And this is something that Jory Epstein, here it is, Jory Epstein tweeted this earlier on Friday. Some teams just sent a scout or scouts to Colorado's pro day. The Saints do have 2 coaches scheduled to be there, per source. Quarterback coach Scott Tolzien and wide receiver coach Keith Williams, getting a live look at Shedeur and Travis Hunter. So Kellen Moore did not go, according to that report, to Colorado's pro day. So would you really take a quarterback 9 overall if your head coach, who was a quarterback as well, and your play caller didn't attend? It's something to file away. Now, there is some thought, though, that that's a smokescreen, that the Giants are sold on Shedeur. It's why they didn't send Brian Daboll. They know how they feel about it. Kat Terrell was here with us yesterday, and she reminded us about Brandon Cooks. The Saints were so convinced on Brandon Cooks back in 2014 that they did not. 2013 was the Cooks draft. The years run together. I think Pete was 15, Cooks was 14. That they didn't bring Brandon Cooks in for a top 30 visit because they already knew. So many people thought, maybe they're not interested. They didn't bring him in. No, they knew. They were confident already in Brandon Cooks. So the one other thing that keeps resonating in my brain is what happened last year with Michael Penix in Atlanta. That should be the test case, lights on the marquee example to say whatever circumstantial evidence you're piecing together to eliminate a team or include a team or whatever, flush it. Because you never know what someone's going to do in the draft. The unpredictability of the draft is one of the things that we love about it. But the Atlanta Falcons went and invested 9 figures in Kirk Cousins. And 2 months later, boom, they use a top 10 pick on Michael Penix. I mean, who can forget the scene on draft night of the GM having to explain to Arthur Blank what the hell they just did? I paid this quarterback all this money, and then you go draft a quarterback in the top 10? What are we doing? So there's an unpredictability to all of it, and I'll continue to give you my opinion on the matter. I will be consistent on this. If Shedeur Sanders falls to 9 and he is sitting there and the Saints take him, I am pumped. If Shedeur falls or the Saints decide to move back into round 1 in the 20s to take Jackson Dart, I'd be fine with that. The thing I'm not going to be okay with is moving up from 9 to take a quarterback because your roster is too old and too expensive, and you need all of your draft capital, especially at the top of the draft, to rebuild your roster with young, affordable players. You can't do that if you keep giving away your draft capital. So you need to not only use these top picks, but you have to hit on these top picks as well. You want to use it on a quarterback, awesome. But you can't give up multiple years of ones to move up a few spots in round 1 to get a quarterback. Just where I stand on it, we'll know in less than 3 weeks what the Saints are going to do in round 1. It's After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Hey, you need dinner plans tonight or this weekend or any night? Get on by Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com. Was at Supper Club on Wednesday. Had an awesome dinner. Friday in Lent. Look, yes, Supper Club has amazing steaks. They have steaks that are one of a kind in Louisiana and honestly in the country. That Japanese herb beef that they sell, there's 2 restaurants in America that sell that herb beef. There's one in New York City and Supper Club on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge. That's it. So their steaks are incredible. But everything they do is incredible. Their Chilean sea bass, out of this world. They have stone crabs. They actually have the crabs from, the Deadliest Catch show? They have crabs from those ships, from those Alaskan king crabs from those ships. They're actually like on the box, it tells you the name of the ship that they came in on. So no matter what, scallops are out of this world. You want seafood on a Friday in Lent? Supper Club's got the best you'll have anywhere. SupperClubBTR.com for your reservations. Remember, graduation parties, book them now. You want to get by this weekend. Open seating at the bar, always. You're planning a party. The place to celebrate anything is Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here on this Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Well, now I got a quick break. Got an update on the TJ Finley situation. We'll do Tigers and the Pros. Theriot's here in less than 30 minutes from right now. Ryan's letter, kick rocks, all that good stuff. And the basketball Tigers lost a player in the portal, added a player in the portal. We'll touch on that as well as we continue here on AFR.
After Further Review.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys was talking with G's team earlier today. Looks like we're going to have Gordon in studio here, not this coming week, but the following. Talk some NIL, some G team, all that good stuff. Always appreciate when we get Gordon's time. He's very much in demand. That's what happens when you run the largest local law firm, of course, in the state. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, they've done more than $3 billion. They've recovered more than $3 billion in damages for their clients. They've helped more than 75,000 Louisiana residents. Think about the scale and scope and magnitude. And the great thing about it is they're local. No matter what market you're in, Gordon has a local office in your market in Louisiana to serve you around the corner. It's Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Don't go it alone. Do what injured people in our state have done for 30 years. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
.104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and the Baton Rouge Clinic bring you the 2025 Dreams Come True Radiothon. Dreams Come True is an organization designed to help grant dreams for children with life-threatening illnesses and their families. The Dreams Come True Radiothon is also presented by Lewis Mechanical, Patient Plus, and Action Industries, plus Subaru of Baton Rouge, Service Chevrolet, Luba, and Duplessis Pool Builders. Visit 1045ESPN.com to help us reach our goal, and together we can make dreams come true. Also, you can join LSU Athletics and the Tiger Athletic Foundation for Bayou Tradition's second annual gala, a Louisiana Saturday night featuring Jordan Davis on the field in Tiger Stadium, Saturday, May 3rd. We are giving you on-field access. Register to win a spot at our table at 1045ESPN.com. Support LSU student athletes NIL opportunities and reserve your table at lsutaf.org/events.
Thanks, Beck. Appreciate that. Beck pinch hitting for Musso. Got a couple of days off. Musso will be back on Tuesday. I learned all of his vacation. Like, we have some days that roll over. This feels like this is something I should know working here for as long as I have, but I've never taken all of my PTO. But we have days that roll over, and so Musso took some of them. If our days just keep rolling over, I think I probably have, like, accumulated probably a good year off. So I don't know. I may just take off 2026.
Yeah, like, because I mean, you're the boss here as well for our station, so you could probably just decide how long you want it to go.
Well, I don't make the contracts. Remember?
Well, that's true.
Like, we have an executive team that decides all that stuff, but that's why I'm saying I feel like I should know the answer to that question, but I don't. But in 15 years, I've never taken all of my PTO ever. So, like, if we have stuff rolling over, I probably do have a good solid year of time off available. I mean, I
want to check that out.
Maybe I'll just bounce. Like, Paul, it's the Paul O'Neill Show. That'd be lively, wouldn't it, Paulie?
Very riveting.
There it is.
It's like that.
There's the extent of your show. Good break, everybody. All right, it's after further review. By the way, congrats to the LSU gymnastics team, another 198. They advance. Jay Johnson's squad is awesome. and really exciting and looking forward to their run toward another national championship. Not going to talk too much at length right now because I think most people are probably only super interested in locking in on gymnastics whenever they get to the finals. But they were there at the Penn State Regional. They scored a 198-1 in the second round. They're in State College. In my head, I'm going College Station, in State College. And it's pretty incredible, man, because you get Haley Bryant back, who's the greatest gymnast in the history of the program. You get Aaliyah Finnegan back, who was an Olympian for the Philippines this year. And then you add this amazing freshman class, and, Kaylin Chio she's next. She's like the next generation of amazing, like you're seeing now with, I'm not saying she's going to be Haley Bryant, but she's been incredible. I mean, she's the best freshman in the conference and one of the best certainly in the country. So they're going to continue to be really good for a really long time, but they've got a great opportunity to go win another national championship. So LSU and Arkansas advanced. So the way it works is that in the next round, it'll be LSU, Arkansas, Michigan State, Kentucky in the final on Saturday. And then they'll compete on, that's 4 o'clock Saturday on April 5th. And the top two teams in the final, the regional final, advance to the NCAA semis in Fort Worth on the 17th. And then, of course, if you win in the national semis, then you advance to the finals and have a chance to win the national championship. And it's just, at this point, high score in that meet. So if you go out there and you perform poorly in a specific meet, it doesn't matter what you did all season long. It's all about the score in that meet. So the Tigers they're incredible. I mean, they are LSU and Oklahoma have kind of flip-flopped and volleyed back and forth this year as the best team. They've competed against each other a couple of times, each beating each other over the course of the season. LSU's beaten Oklahoma twice. Oklahoma beat LSU once in a meet earlier in the year. But if LSU goes out there and competes at its highest level, they will score highly enough to win their second consecutive national championship, which would be awesome to see for Jay Clark in this squad. So we'll be pulling for him. Congrats to the ladies for advancing. All right, we're brought to you by Evermore, EVA-MOR. So always got my Evermore here. Better form of hydration. Man, if you're going to be out this weekend, especially as the temperatures rise, it's 81 degrees right now. But if you're going to be out at any of the fairs, got Rock the Country going on out in Livingston Parish. Nickelback's playing tonight. You're going to be outdoors. Make sure you stay hydrated, y'all, especially if you're going to be drinking the adult beverages. Make sure you're mixing in your water, and a better form of hydration is Evermore. So before and after your event or during your event, make sure you got plenty of Evermore. You'll find it at all your local retailers. And if you walk into a retailer that doesn't have Evermore, go yell at the manager and be like, what in the world is wrong with you, manager guy? Why don't you have Evermore? EVA-MOR. You can buy it at great local retailers. You can buy it, online as well in bulk. Evermore.com. EVA-MOR. Evermore.com. Drink Evermore. Okay, y'all, it is After Further Review. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Very quickly, let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference.
All right, in lieu of a traditional Around the SEC, we'll run through your baseball schedule and then obviously what's coming up here in the Final Four this weekend as well, with a couple of SEC teams in the national semifinals. So the series kicking off tonight in college baseball. You've got 9th-ranked Ole Miss on the road in Lexington against Kentucky. Game 1 got underway at 2 o'clock Central, so that one is already underway. We'll get you a score. The evening games, Vanderbilt ranked 23rd there on the road at Florida. The Gators, of course, are just struggling mightily out of the chute here. And then Ole Miss, Kentucky playing the second game of their doubleheader following, which is scheduled for about 6:30. Tennessee hosts Texas A&M. The Aggies, of course, still looking to get off the schneid in conference play. They're on the road at the number 1 Vols. No rest for the weary. South Carolina and Pulmonary, they're in Starkville against Mississippi State. The Iron Bowl on dirt, Alabama at Auburn. That's a top 20 matchup there. The 8th-ranked Tide at the 16th-ranked Auburn Tigers. That was a little bit of an upset special that Kendall Rogers picked, like Auburn in that series. LSU, Oklahoma, and then really the big one in the league this weekend is number 3 Georgia at number 5 Texas. Georgia has been absolutely blistering the baseball. They're on a home run pace that could very well challenge the 1997 LSU Tigers home run record. So that's something worth keeping an eye on with Georgia. on the road at Dish Falk Field in Austin against the Longhorns. And then Missouri is on the road against Arkansas. The game has already been postponed due to weather there in Fayetteville. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. As we talked about also, you got the national semifinals coming up here with the Final Four this weekend. You got a couple of SEC teams participating. Auburn was my pick to win the national championship. Not that anybody cares about anybody's bracket, but Auburn and Florida will play in one half of the Final Four. So there will be an SEC team represented in the national championship game on Monday. I do believe that'll be Auburn. We'll see if Janai Broome is healthy. He says that he's healthy after the injury suffered in the Elite Eight. But Auburn against Florida, and then Duke and Houston. Houston, of course, the best defensive efficiency team in all of college basketball. Duke might be the most talented team in college basketball. Hard to imagine Houston completely clamping down on Duke's ability to score. I think we're probably looking at an Auburn-Duke national championship game. I did pick Auburn to win it before the whole thing, so I'll stick with that. They were the best team in the country all year, and I think you're going to see the two best teams in the country play for the championship. And it's exactly what we had happen a year ago, man, where you had UConn and Purdue, who were the best teams all season long. They played for the championship. UConn was an unstoppable force. They went and won it going away. This one, I think, might be a little more competitive, whichever way it plays, but I do think we'll end up with an Auburn-Duke national championship on Monday. We'll be locked in. Of course, we'll be talking about it here on AFR. All right, let me knock out a quick break, y'all. Wrap up hour number one. Theriot in 15 minutes. Beck will do the honors, Little Tigers and the pros with Muso out. And I do want to get to LSU basketball as the Tigers saw another player into the portal, but they gained another commitment on Thursday night. We'll get to all that here on AFR.
AFR.
Weekends here, y'all. Be a lot nicer than last weekend anyway. My goodness, the weather was awful. It's hard to get through that the LSU baseball series with all the rain and everything. But when you have clear skies and some beautiful weather, great opportunity to get in your garden and just plant something. And there's no better place to go to make that happen than Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations, you know where they are. Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. If you need plants and flowers, they got them. If you need mulch, bag or bulk. If you need soil, bag or bulk, they got it at Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations. By the way, this is so cool. They had over at Clegg's earlier this week, this busload of people came in from this club in the Rankin County Master Gardeners in Brandon, Mississippi. Took a bus and visited Clegg's earlier this week. You don't think that's legit? They came in from Mississippi to see them. Go see them. It's Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number one. Beck will do Tigers and the Pros here in just a quick second. Told you yesterday, TJ Finley, who's now at Tulane, remember Ponchatoula to LSU to Auburn to Texas State to Western Kentucky, now at Tulane. And really in line to be the starter there at Tulane, was arrested for possession of a stolen vehicle. He's been released. It's still an ongoing investigation, obviously. But both Tulane coach John Summerall and Finley's attorney have both spoken out on the matter. Beck, I don't know if you know how to pull up my screen, but if you do, we could play this audio.
I got it.
Okay. We could play this audio from John Summerall, the Tulane head coach. Here you go on Finley.
Position to be able to dive into it. You know, when things happen off the field, it's unfortunate, and I'll let the statement stick for what it is. But when guys make mistakes, then they have to have accountability.
All right, so got to have accountability. TJ Finley's been suspended. His attorney, Finley's attorney, David Corsell, issued a statement regarding the incident. This is all up at LouisianaSports.net, by the way, if you want to go read it. So we've added to the original story about Finley being arrested. If you scroll down, you'll see the Summerall statement. Then you'll also see the statement from Finley's attorney, David Corsell. He says, TJ Finley was the victim of a Facebook marketplace scam. He purchased a used pickup truck from an individual who presented himself as John Spillway, representing Mountain Adventures, LLC. Spillway presented TJ, I shouldn't laugh, with both a bill of sale and registration, giving TJ every reason to believe the purchase was legitimate. Within 3 days of the purchase, Tulane police informed TJ the truck had been reported stolen. TJ looks forward to continuing to cooperate fully with authorities in hopes of recovering the funds he lost, bringing the criminals to justice, and clearing his name and reputation. TJ is hopeful this process will be completed quickly so he can move forward with his academics and athletic career. So, first of all, I have no idea what is right, what is not. We live in a country where there is a presumption of innocence until guilt is proven. So we all are presuming that TJ Finley is innocent and he will have to be proven to be guilty of this crime. But it also is never a surprise ever that an attorney says their client didn't do it. I mean, that's literally the job of an attorney, is to create reasonable doubt or a preponderance of the evidence, depending on the levels of burdens of proof. But anyway, we'll continue to follow it as it goes along. If TJ Finley was scammed, then it's just, at best, this is another illustration of poor judgment in finding yourself in a negative situation. At worst, he knew he bought a stolen car. As it develops, we'll keep you posted. All right, it's After Further Review, brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com, new and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. That's southpointvw.com. Weekends here, y'all, great chance to get on by and test drive one over at South Point Volkswagen. If you've never driven a Volkswagen, get behind the wheel of one. I promise you'll be as hooked as I am. When you tell it to go, brother, it will go. The performance is there. It's the great German engineering, but they're manufactured right here in the US of A at their Chattanooga, Tennessee plant. So you're supporting American jobs. You're getting a stylish vehicle that's fun to drive, that's safe and affordable. That's why we drive Volkswagens. You should as well. South Point Volkswagen, Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? All right, Beck, hit it. Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, let's go quickly here. Alex Bregman, incredible day for him yesterday. 3 for 5, 2 doubles, and a homer. It's a moonshot there. Alex hitting .290 on the season. Good start for him. In the NBA, the Timberwolves and the Nets, you would have thought would have been a lot of players from LSU. Just a few, though. Nas Reed, typical performance, 26 minutes, 13 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. And Trenton Watford, 27 minutes, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The T-Wolves did win that one, 105-90. And then with the Trailblazers and the Raptors, we had a little Duop Reith appearance.
Hey.
Duop got 6 minutes, 2 points, a rebound, an assist, and a steal. And by the way, the Red Sox did win that game 8-4 against the Orioles. And last thing here, Sam Burns playing in the Valero Texas Open over there in San Antonio. He's currently 2 under, 1 above the cut line. But the more important thing is Sam will be playing at Augusta next week. So good for him to get his 4th chance at a green jacket next week. So that is Tigers in the pros.
Thank you, Beck. Appreciate that. Terrio's coming up here right after the top of the hour. We'll do all the stuff we do with Theriot. Ryan's letter, kick rocks, all that good stuff. Get Ryan's thoughts on what's going on with the transfer portal in basketball. The Tigers lost another player today. Damian Collins becomes the 6th LSU player to jump in the portal. But on Thursday night, they added their 4th player. And you could tell they're 4 very different players stylistically as Matt McMahon is rebuilding this roster. Hour number 2 with Theriot comes up next.
AFR.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
I'm Christine Lisi. Countdown continues toward tip-off for the women's Final Four. It all starts tonight with defending champions South Carolina versus Texas, followed by Connecticut and UCLA. The Bruins and Longhorns are underdogs, could either pull off an upset. ESPN college basketball analyst Carolyn Peck.
If one of the two, between UCLA and Texas, I think Texas, would have the highest potential to upset South Carolina because they beat them earlier in the season, and South Carolina has a tendency to be inconsistent offensively.
Carolyn Peck on Joe and Q. Final Four coverage, 7 Eastern, ESPN and ESPN2. Auburn's Bruce Pearl and St. John's Rick Pitino will share AP Men's College Basketball Coach of the Year honors. Duke freshman Cooper Flagg, AP Men's College Basketball Player of the Year. Grizzlies star John Morant fined $75,000 by the NBA after making finger gun gestures during the last 2 games, was warned by the league about the gestures in between games. The NBA suspended Morant twice in 2023 due to brandishing a firearm on social media.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday as we get closer to the draft. I'll tell you what the perfect draft would look like for my Giants. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, known to fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the boy.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going? Week was good.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, but good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Jacob Beck.
I love a good loud clap.
And Theriot. Whenever you're ready, Beck. Got it? Anywhere? Nope. That's all right. You just hit literally any button. Just any button.
Exit.
Thank you. That's the one right there. No words. Just do it every Friday. All good. We're going to do it again in another hour.
I don't do it every Friday.
Right,
That's the problem.
But you've done it before, and we're going to do it again next hour.
I found it. I got it.
Do you know where it is?
I see it.
All right. We're going to do it again next. I promise. 1 hour from right now, we're doing that again. Cool?
I got it.
Deal. You're not over there watching the Cubs, are you, Beck?
No, I'm not.
Okay. That's all Musso does during the show. He just sits over there. Paul, what does Musso watch? Old episodes of Bewitched?
Occasionally, yeah.
Oh.
I think the Cubs game's already over, actually. They won, I believe.
Yeah,
So that's good.
Don't care.
They won 3-1.
I don't care. Hey, how are you?
Good. Pretty good.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, how are you?
No, well, I don't think you care.
I do care.
I'm okay.
I care how you are. Of course I care.
I'm okay. How you are. Been better. Certainly been worse. Monday was a very bad day for your boy. Had one of my episodes with my back. And you know, we've been friends a long time. You know what that's like for me. Very bad. Shout out Crystal Poche, Restored Motions. She worked me in on Monday, was back on Wednesday. She got me upright, at least like feeling like a human again. Shout out to Oxy and muscle relaxers, to whoever invented those things. Very, very, very grateful to that person.
Oh, shout out to Oxy. You just shouted out Oxy.
And muscle relaxers.
I like it.
Don't forget about the muscle relaxers.
And the muscle relaxers.
Because I'm here to tell you, on Monday, like I think about this sometimes. What was it like in like 1286 when someone has like because humans have had, like someone in 1286 had what I had. They broke their leg or something like that. And they ain't no Oxy. You know what I mean? What do you do? Just higher pain tolerance? What do you do?
Just gut it out.
No, they take you out, bro. Like
cut off your leg?
Yeah.
But then think about amputations back then.
Or you just or they just take you out. Like it's over. Like you just can't take it and then that's it. Like it's just too much. I could see that being a thing back in the day. Yeah, Oxy's. Shout out
to Oxy and muscle relaxers.
Was it Monday that we talked on the phone and you were
There is no way I talked to you if I talked to you on the phone Monday.
Yeah, you were a zombie.
I have no idea if I talked to you on the phone Monday.
We did talk.
Did we?
Yeah, and we talked
about. I have no recollection of it.
When did the hail
Monday
come through? Yeah, we talked for a while.
Did we really?
Yeah, we did.
Bro, there's people that texted me on Monday that I replied to, and then like later in the week they're hitting me up and I'm going, oh my god, we had to. I had to reply to them like, hey, I know I'm reading this and I replied to you.
Yeah.
I have no awareness of any of this. Like, I was high as a kite on Oxy and muscle relaxers and just getting my brain anywhere but the present state of planet Earth. So I could not feel what was happening in my body.
You're better.
I am better. Yeah. I'm not good, but I'm better.
Better. Good. Do we know what brought this on?
Look, man, I've done all tests and everything over the years, and I've been told degenerative disc disease, whatever that means. The bottom line is I shift a lot out of my discs will shift out of position and they'll pinch nerves and I'll end up just with a lot of stuff that's jacked up in my back. And so when I have an episode like that, it's debilitating, man. And whew. So I try a lot of, therapies and things that I do to try to make sure I prevent those things from happening. And it'd been a long time since I'd had an episode like that. But
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, that bad. Since it's been that bad, yeah, it's been a while. So anyway, we're coming through it. Good. So, yeah. How was your week, by the way?
Week was good.
Good week. Yeah,
yep.
Good.
It was a good week. It's got a lot of good stuff happening over at the parish office. We're giving away $10,000 more. So
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the marketing meeting yesterday. I drove over there for the meeting. I pull up. You're not there.
Well, that's why.
Where's Theriot? That guy who just left. Oh,
that's why I have partners.
Cool.
They can step in.
Yeah, cool.
I can't do everything on my own. But anyway. So we're giving away $10,000 more bucks.
You jerk.
So that's cool.
Can't do everything on my own.
We had a good track meet this week yesterday.
Okay.
So that was fun watching that. I really am starting to like track, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And I got an update.
On what?
Last week was a tough week for us at the Theriot household.
Because of Kat?
Yeah. Yeah, last week was a tough week, and
I do remember talking to you Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know if
we did talk on Saturday.
Yeah.
When you were bringing Kat to the vet. So you did actually bring Kat to the vet.
Yeah. So last Thursday, I'm just going to circle it back because I've got an update for everybody. I know everybody's concerned. They've been hitting me up on social media. Hey, how's the cat? So anyway, last Thursday, just to bring everybody up to speed, my cat showed up at our back door with a gimpy leg.
What's your cat's name?
Molly with a Y.
No.
Little Mo with the gimpy leg.
Back it up.
She didn't have a name.
We just called her the cat.
We just called her the cat. Yeah, we called her the cat, but when the vet asked her name and her birthday and all that, I said Molly with a Y. And I have no idea why I said that. I don't know how else you would spell Molly, and I don't even know where it came from.
I.
Maybe. I mean, oh, God. Jonna was like, you are a moron.
Little Mo with the gimpy leg.
And then she started calling her Little Mo with the gimpy leg.
So good.
So anyway, so last Thursday, my cat showed up at the back door. She had a gimpy leg. She was putting no weight on it. She was getting around fine, but she wouldn't put her her back foot down. I didn't want to bring her to the emergency vet. I've made that mistake before. And I knew it was going to cost me a fortune if I did. So I said, you know what? We're not going to. We actually talked about this last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, I broke down. Saturday, I broke down. I said, you know what? I'm going to bring her. This is not fair to this animal.
Yeah.
She can't tell me what's wrong with her and what's hurting. I just know that she's hurting. So I'm going to do it. And I brought her. So I get her in the little carrier and I bring her to the deal. She pooed and peed all in the carrier.
Of course she did. She was terrified.
Super scared. The pee started leaking out of the cage on the floor mats. Like it was. So after the 3-hour ordeal, x-rays, blood work, anesthesia.
How much did that cost?
A jeeber.
How you doing?
The doc comes out and tells me that there's nothing wrong, no breaks, just a little inflammation. He gives me a bag of meds. One is a bottle of pills.
Oh, man.
The other's a syringe of liquid that I got to shoot in a cat's mouth. Now.
Oh, yeah, it's going to go well.
You're telling me you can give a cat a pill? That ain't happening. Better yet, you're gonna shoot something in a cat's mouth? Absolutely not.
You just got to put the pill in some cheese, or what do cats eat? Like some, I don't know.
Some chicken or something.
Yeah,
Neither one of them
something they'll eat.
She don't eat none of that.
What does she eat?
Her food.
Put it in the food.
She ain't eating it.
You can't get her to eat any snack?
She eats everything but the pill?
Everything but the pill.
Just eat around the pill.
Try holding a cat down and shooting a liquid in her mouth, too, by the way. That is 100%. Anyway.
Could you hold her and pry her mouth open?
Not doing that to the cat.
You got to give the cat the medicine. Nope. That's more important than worrying about traumatizing the cat. I remember when my dog was a puppy, and dogs eat things they're not supposed to eat, like a whole box of one time Valley ate a whole box of chocolates. Through the cellophane wrapper, everything. Ate the whole thing.
Love that.
And you're not supposed it was so good. She was a G.
Yeah.
Remember you're not supposed to, dogs aren't supposed to eat chocolate, right?
That's what they say.
So I'm like, got to make her throw it up. Well, how do you do that? Well, apparently if you pour
battery acid.
No. What's the stuff that if you got a cut, you put it on and it bubbles up into brown
hydrogen peroxide.
Peroxide, thank you. If you make them drink peroxide, they throw up. So I got a boxer that I have to hold her head, pry her mouth open, and pour peroxide in her mouth to make her throw up. I'm trying to save her. So what's worse? Prying her mouth open and making her go through that, or dying from all the chocolate and everything she ate? I think I made the right choice.
Yeah, maybe you did. I didn't.
You're talking about Little Big Cat.
I chose not to. So you know what? She doesn't want it. She's not getting it. And the vet said you have to leave her in the cage for 2 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
Not happening.
Not crate trained.
Brings us to Wednesday. This week, Wednesday of this week.
Got it.
So I didn't do any of that. I said, you know what? She's good. She's getting around fine. I receive a call this Wednesday from the animal hospital. Doctor, I'm not going to say his name.
Okay.
And I'm not saying the hospital either, so don't ask.
What's the hospital's name?
He said, Mr. Theriot, we've misread the x-rays, and it seems the cat does indeed have a small fracture.
Oh.
I already knew that because her foot is pointed sideways.
Yeah.
I was hoping that I was wrong.
Yeah. Misread a cat x-ray.
So you're telling me, Doc, that I paid $1,000 for you to tell me that the cat is fine, pisses me off. Now you're telling me it actually does have a broken leg.
Yeah.
The malpractice lawsuit's on its way. Gordon's going to have a field day with this crap.
Gordon get it done.
I'm going after you guys.
Let's
go. Okay? What started off as a muscle strain, some rehab, has turned into...
Let's hear it. Cast?
A consultation with a feline orthopedic surgeon. First, y'all charge me out the ass for this visit. Then you misdiagnosed poor little Mo with the gimpy leg.
Uh-huh.
Now you're telling me that the James Andrews for cats wants to cut on her. That's what we're doing. It's not happening. This is a racket. There is no way this is happening.
The James Andrews for cats.
And you're not going to guilt me into this.
Oh, man.
Bro, to top it all off, and I hope this is making
more?
your back feel better. Yes, to top it all off. Little Mo snuck out the back door last night.
With a broken leg.
With a broken leg.
And she gone for a few days.
She sprinted out for 3 legs. She sprinted out with her 3 legs. She's running the mean streets of South Baton Rouge.
Gone.
She can't just walk it off. It's broken.
I should figure it out.
I hope she makes it back in one piece, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I did everything I could to keep her corralled, and then
Little Mo.
Anyway,
she's a survivor.
Yeah, that's what we got. That's the update on the cat. I'll hopefully have a nice update next week. We'll see. Sincerely, Ryan.
It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Hey, remember, we talk about ED and HRT primarily. There's a whole menu of different services if you want to get back to looking and feeling like yourself. But at the core of what they do at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness is hormone replacement therapy. Simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate. And remember, you might think, Matt, that sounds expensive. I don't know anything about that. Who's that really for? I promise you, there are people in your life, in your family, your friend group, people you work with who are on HRT. They may not talk to you about it, but I promise you they are. It is, and if you are, by the way, this is my challenge to you, man, if you are on HRT, to share your experience with other people. Don't be embarrassed by it because it's natural, happens to everybody. As we age, we produce less of the hormones that contribute to how we feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness can safely, affordably supplement you to get you to healthy levels. yourgoodwood.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Everybody love me, I'm so fly. Go to deuces every time I ride by. I know you wonder why, I'm so cool.
You can always text the show. 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ronnie Jenkins said, hey, Ryan, just put some Robitussin on the cat's leg.
I like that.
Phil said, same thing happened to my cat. Brought him in yesterday, got the x-rays and the meds. It was $55. No word on a misread x-ray, though. His was only $55.
Where did he go?
I don't know. It said $55.
Can you respond to those things?
Yeah.
Ask him where he brought the cat.
Well, he's listening. He'll reply. Joshua. Oh, he said amputation would probably be cheaper than treating and diagnostics.
Probably.
But that was probably when I was talking about it, like back in like 1286 when they had that stuff.
Yeah.
Travis said they had milk of the poppy for pain. What is milk of the poppy? I don't know that reference.
Bro, you need to get you some of that for your
What is
back.
milk of the poppy?
A little milk of the poppy.
Does anybody in the room know what milk of the poppy is?
Sounds awesome.
Never heard of it.
No? Paulie, have you ever heard of milk of the poppy?
They got that out in Central.
But if you amputate her, you can call her tripod.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're talking about the cat amputating. We're talking about like, I asked the question about like,
Oh,
with
yeah,
back
the
pain.
humans,
If
yeah.
like in 1286 you had, like, you broke your leg. Let's say you're a sheep herder and you're on the side of a mountain and you take a nasty fall and you hit and you have a compound fracture, like the bone sticking out and you're sideways at the knee. You know what I mean? Like one of those awful football injuries you see.
Yeah, you
like,
just got to cut.
what do you do in 1286? Did they know to set the bone and put a splint? Like, I don't know. Or do
Probably.
they just cut that thing off? I don't know.
Milk of the poppy is a traditional Lithuanian drink. It's considered a dessert, and apparently it's a milk substitute. I don't see anything on here about it being used as a
painkiller and an no. Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Milk use both a painkiller and an anesthetic.
Okay, yeah.
Higher doses will. Oh, is this something from like the this is from the what's the show with the kings and the Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It seems like it's something from there, Westeros and stuff. Whatever. I don't care. We've gone way too far down that rabbit hole. I don't care. All right, it's after further review. I'm glad you're with us. LSU won game one against Oklahoma yesterday, 2-0. Ben Mintz will be here next hour. We'll do our college baseball picks. Did you watch it yesterday?
No.
There you go. Cobble texted. Game of Thrones reference. You didn't watch the game?
Mm-mm.
Sweet. Thanks. Awesome.
Sounds
All right,
like I didn't. I was at a track
great.
meet.
Awesome.
I mean,
great. Glad. I'm excited to have you contribute today.
I mean, I can tell you that it's really hard to throw a complete game shutout with aluminum bats. I don't know that it'll happen again in the SEC this year.
What about when it's 50 degrees and the wind's blowing in?
You're still going to get a hit. I mean, I see what you're saying, but somebody's going to get jammed or fisted, and the ball's going to go over the second baseman's head for a base hit. So it's aluminum.
There was a in the sixth. They let off with a double, and Anderson gets a strikeout, and then this dude comes up and rips a pitch like 400 feet down the left foot line, and I mean it was like just foul. I mean, you were like, just talk about how close you were to us having a very different conversation, because at that moment he gives up the 2-run yak. His day's probably over. Now you're going to the pen. You're tied.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a difference. But it went foul, and he comes back, gets strikeout, and then nobody else got on base the rest of the game. He retired the final 12 hitters he faced.
So we saw him.
It was awesome.
If it was the way he threw against Texas, it's not surprising. I mean, and you're taking if he could have taken that same performance and done it against anybody else, it probably would have been a complete game shutout. He just regressed a little bit his last start.
You have a problem with him throwing 135 pitches?
No, I mean, low stress, high stress pitches, I think is a real thing. You know, if you're pitching a lot with runners on base, tight ball game or pitching from behind or whatever it may be. I mean, I know they weren't winning by a lot, but he's throwing up zeros. I don't, man. I mean, I think you listen to the guy and you hope he's honest with you and let him go.
The thing that I said, I don't know if you agree with this. If I'm looking at a guy who's getting an elevated pitch count, there's two things that I would look at as indicators: velo and then his command. Like if the velo is dipping significantly and he's losing command of the zone, that's when I would tell like his mechanics are probably failing because of fatigue, right? Well, the velo never got below like 92, and his command was still awesome. So it didn't look like he was laboring through that point. I mean, he was still, it was down a tick, but okay.
Threw 130 pitches.
I mean, And now you get the extra day because they go from Thursday, Friday, Saturday to next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So he gets an extra day before next week when they go to Auburn.
Yeah, I mean, look, the pitch count thing, I think it's different for everybody, and we've said this on air plenty of times. I mean, there's only a certain amount of throws in everybody's arm. It's different for everybody, and, some guys can go out there and throw all day long. Tim Lincecum never iced. He never did rehab. He never did anything.
So wild when you say that.
He would just go pitch, and then he would go take a shower and go home.
He's a freak.
The freak.
He's the freak.
Other guys are getting
really
never
iced his arm after a start?
He didn't do anything. He just, like his injury was not an arm injury what slowed him down. He tore his labrum in his hip. Like, he was just, everybody's different. And,
he was like a rubber band. He just stretched and then just went right back to form.
And he wouldn't sit in chairs. He was down on his catcher stance all the time.
He never sat in a chair.
Ever. He was and he was pale. He's like a vampire. I think he was part vampire.
Yeah.
I never saw him eat, ever.
Maybe that was the key.
I never saw him eat.
Don't eat food. Don't sit in chairs. Just squat all the time.
Nicest guy in the world, though.
Yeah.
Rarely flew on the team plane.
He had his own PJ?
Correct.
Wow.
But he would let Jonna and the kids fly with him and his Bulldogs on the PJ.
Why?
Because he was nice. Like, he was awesome. But he's my guy, bro. Timmy ball game.
Okay.
Standing back flip.
Why they didn't make him fly on the team plane?
He's just Cy Young guy. Like, he's the best pitcher on the planet. Does what he wants. And he wouldn't sign a long-term contract, just year to year.
Year to year. We'll just keep going as we go, guys.
I might not want to pitch next year. So let's just do this one. Here's a couple $100 million. No, I'm good. Just give me 20 and
we'll figure it out next year.
It's a pearl, bro.
Okay. Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what chairs can do? Kick rocks.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
John Morant's done this twice now. Actually, done it more than twice. Done it on social media. Got caught on social media with a gun.
An actual gun.
An actual gun. And then his celebration is shooting a gun at his opponents. Last night decided, was it last night or 2 nights ago? It was last night. 2 nights ago. Decided he would shoot a gun, a fake gun, an air gun, a finger gun, to his opponent's bench.
No, he was last time, but he did it twice this week.
He's done it twice this week. And he got fined $75 for doing that.
My bad.
It's not like this is something new for John Morant. He does this a lot. And you can kick rocks because you're an idiot.
Kick rocks.
I mean, just don't pretend like you're pointing a gun at another person. That's it. That's all we're asking you not to do. Like, hey, John,
$75.
Work with me here, man. Like, you could do the Stromal Bird thing. You could do Suck It like the Generation X. You could do, there's lots of things you could do.
I would venture to say
Gomez Land Shark.
If he flipped him the bird, it wouldn't have been 75.
Yeah. Just don't pretend like you're shooting a gun at somebody. Pew, 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 pew. Just don't do that. Pretty much everything else we're good with. It's not that.
You might get in trouble for it, but not that much trouble.
I know.
Was driving down Perkins Road. For those of you not from Baton Rouge, it's a pretty highly traveled road here in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
This guy in front of me throws something out of his sunroof. I didn't know what it was. It didn't look like trash. It looked like something that could hurt my vehicle. I swerved a little bit, got out of the way. I'm pissed off. I speed up, get on his butt, and he throws something else out the sunroof. If you're one of those people that thinks that you can just throw things out of your car and the trash is magically going to disappear, you can kick rocks.
Yeah.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
You're littering, you idiot.
That is lazy. That is super, super lazy to take things, I don't care what it is, and throw them out the window of your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot. Kick rocks.
It's also illegal.
Kick rocks.
That's littering. That is illegal to do that. So don't do that. Because aside from the fact that it ruins our city, you're creating work for someone else because you're an inconsiderate a-hole. So don't do that.
I don't like inconsiderate a-holes. You know who can kick rocks, Matt?
Who?
Torpedo bats.
Get on down the road and kick
Look
rocks.
at the rundown. I got...
Oh
no, I had it. I took it off. I had it on there.
There you go.
No, I had it for the next segment. Took it off.
And I'm going to tell you why.
I'm going to talk to you about torpedo bats.
I was a guy that very rarely hit the ball on the end of the bat, right here.
Yeah.
On the end of the label.
Yeah.
I didn't do that very often.
Why not?
My misses were like in here.
Yeah. Closer to the handle.
Closer to the handle. That was my misses because I stayed inside the baseball.
Yeah, guys.
My hands stayed close to my body. That's what good hitters do. That's what Derek Jeter did. I wanted to be Jeter. That's how he hit.
Went everything the other way.
Inside the baseball. If it went the other way, great.
Inside out.
Here's why torpedo bats can kick rocks.
Okay.
I didn't hit a whole lot of homers. Because as you can tell, the wood right here is smaller than the wood right here.
Yeah.
But what the torpedo bats have done is taken this wood at the end of the bat and redistributed it right here closer to the hands and made this section bigger.
Yeah, love that. Really smart.
And I didn't get to use them.
Oh, yeah, I got it. For sure.
I want to use them.
Yeah, really smart.
I want to go get a dozen of these things. I want to go to the cage, and when your back's feeling better, maybe you and I can hit some BP. I really want to see what it does. I'm interested. I'm pissed that nobody thought of this when I was playing.
Yeah.
Kick rock.
That's what I got.
So you should tell not the torpedo bat to kick rocks. You should tell Ainsworth and Jack Marucci to kick rocks. I'll fix it when.
Is that how it goes?
Nope, you're good. I'll fix it. Because it has to wedge on the microphone, on the mic stand, in front of it. You got to move. See the football rolled back instead it wedges. There you go. It's better. But now you got the logo blocked. Yep. Okay. We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay.
Oh, so that's what I got. Anyway.
Brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. I really need to get Parish Restoration to come fog my vehicle. It's
What
just
happened?
nothing. It's just my smell's all jacked up from COVID, and every time I get in the car, it just smells musty. And I don't know if it smells bad or if it's offensive. Like I keep my vehicle clean. I have my Benny's membership. I run it through there. I run it through the car wash. I vacuum it. I don't leave trash in there. But I also don't know if it smells, but it feels like it smells musty.
Okay, we can do that.
Can they come here and just...
Yes. They can come here.
They do it now?
They could. Well, I don't know about now, but they
I see the Sprinter vans at the parish office all the time.
Yes, they can come here, or maybe when you come for a marketing meeting, you can say, hey, guys, can y'all fog my vehicle real quick?
Okay.
That would be a thing. But yeah, it'll kill, if you have mold inside your vehicle, which you probably don't, that's done. Any viruses, that's done. Any smells,
that's
done.
I think that might be mildew,
Could be some mildew. Can we do your house? That's what I want. I want to dry fog your home.
Yeah.
I think Erica would appreciate that. It'll get in the AC systems and all that.
Yeah. I love that idea.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
parishrestoration.com. All right. You know what? Kick Rocks is brought to you by Ruckus.
It is.
But let's break. I'm curious what's going on at Ruckus. When we come back, though, I do want to talk about LSU basketball. They lost another player in the portal today, but gained another portal player as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get to that. We'll do Ask Ryan in 15 minutes. If you got questions for Theriot, get them in now. Email us, tweet us, text us, or you can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat and the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Remember, you can ask Theriot anything about anything. So get your questions in right now. You can email us, tweet us, or text us. 396-4400. 396-4400. It's AFR.
AFR.
You know what today is?
Today is Friday.
Yep. And what season on the church calendar is it?
It's Easter season.
It's Lent.
And Lent.
Yep. So Lent for Catholics means...
You can't eat. You're not supposed to eat meat.
On...
Fridays.
And today is...
Today's Friday.
Got it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people right now at 4:34 are probably looking around going, man, we're getting close to dinner time.
But why can't you eat meat, though?
That's not the question.
Okay.
Don't lose sight of this.
All right.
So we're getting close to dinner time, right? So you're getting close to dinner time and thinking, man, I got to find a non-meat option.
Fish.
Mm.
I like fish. I like fried fish.
So many good ideas. What about sushi?
Yeah, I like that. And
How about
lobster.
this?
Lobsters.
Rouse's has all that.
Crawfish.
How about the Friday Lenten sushi special? Tiger roll, crunchy California roll, $7.99 for the whole roll. Rouse's.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
You know what made me feel better?
What?
Going to Ruckus and get some shoes. That made me feel better.
I got some good stuff over there right now.
I mean, I had a hell of a week here. Oh, look at those. Pull that up, Paulie. Mr. The Ride, look at that. You see what I see? Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
God.
Look at those guys.
I mean, those are kid shoes, but I don't care. I love the colors on them. Maybe I should get those for Drew and just be jealous that he gets to wear them and I don't.
You should definitely get those for Drew.
Drew's got the best looking shoes of any kid at St. Lillian. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, those Jordans are sick.
Look at that.
Yeah, those are good. Those Jordans are good.
The retro G highs. Like them.
I've got the Paris green Air Maxes on today.
You love Air Maxes. I'm just not the biggest Air Max.
Yeah, but I haven't worn them a lot recently.
Ever. I wore mine yesterday. My Air Maxes yesterday. Ruckus103.com, by the way. RUKUS, ruckus103.com, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. Go get you some Ruckus gear.
Get you a Ruckus sticker and put it on the back of your vehicle. That might be the only what do you call them? Stickers when you put them on cars?
Bumper sticker?
Bumper sticker.
Yep.
That might be the only bumper sticker I like. It'd be a Ruckus one.
And I've been eyeing these forever, the Dunk Low Pro Escargots. But every time I go in there, they don't have my size. I really want those a lot. I love the color scheme. I love the tan.
You don't have those? I thought you had
blonde.
those.
Nope. Not those. I love those, though. I want every color ever. You know, like Nelly in the song Air Force Ones? You know how he's just going through the whole rainbow? He wants every color. That's how I feel.
If you were to get every color of a shoe, it would be Air Force Ones? That's your favorite?
I don't know. I couldn't say that. I mean, I'm wearing G Nikes today.
Yeah.
Those are Ruckus piece. They're just so versatile, man. Like right there, the white and the gray. That's a little like light chocolate there on the swoosh. Look at the lime on the heel.
Or turquoise, whatever.
And then, okay. And then I love the rope laces, the yellow rope laces. It's just a versatile look. You know what I mean?
It's a vibe.
Anyway, I love them. Dunks are great. Jordans are great. They're all great, man. I want them all. I just want everything. I feel like Veruca Salt. Don't care how. I want it now. That's how I feel. Like Veruca Salt. What? Beck shaking his head at me. Don't you judge me over there, you Cub shirt wearing, cat owning weirdo.
Oh, you got cats?
I'm sorry.
I have one cat.
I'm sorry, Beck. I'm not. You're not a weirdo. I'm not mad at you. I'm just projecting because you just made me feel a certain way about.
I was just shocked that you gave us a Veruca Salt impression. I really didn't see that coming from you.
Why?
You just don't take me as a guy that would sing a Veruca Salt song from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It wasn't from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It was from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the Gene Wilder version.
Yes.
Something that happened since I've been alive, not since you've been alive.
I know that movie as well.
That's how I have the reference.
Okay.
You want a Game of Thrones reference? I got that thing that's whoever mentioned earlier. I'm out. I got no clue. That's not. I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
If I could pick one shoe to wear the rest of my life, it would be SBs. It would not be Air Maxes. You could just pick one.
Just one, huh?
Now you can go multiple colors and any in a color scheme, but you have to pick one style. I would, man.
Okay, here. All right. Can I ask a follow up?
Yeah,
because this matters.
I might need to take that back.
The answer to this question matters. Okay. Could we go lows, mids, highs, or just?
Ooh.
That's because if we're going any style, but you could have lows, mids, highs, then I'm going Jordan.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Because I love my Air Force One lows. I have some high top Air Force Ones. They're great. Some of my favorite shoes I have are them. Like I have a dark chocolate pair of Air Force Ones with the strap, and I love them. You just can't wear them all the time.
No, you can't go lows, mids, highs. It just has. It just has to be because Jordan is the. I mean, that's the obvious.
Yeah.
Everybody would say that.
It's got to be a low then, because you can't. A high top isn't always appropriate.
It's not.
So I got to go. What's my favorite low then?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like, I think dunks are the most versatile because Jordan, you just get the standard look with just the different color on the tongue. You know what I mean? Like, because of the versatility, probably dunks.
Dude, you know what I think? I mean, this is hard for me, but I think I may do the old school Vans. I really like those.
Okay.
The slip-ons?
No, they have laces, but I mean.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
like the OG Vans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know you hate that, but.
I do. But to each their own. I don't judge at all. You do you.
I don't know, man. Because I feel like I could wear those to work out too if I wanted to.
You know what else you could wear to work out? Any of the shoes we were just talking about.
I don't know if I could wear SBs to work out.
You wear Jordans. I would not pick SBs, by the way. I love SBs, but the flat bottom does cause some restriction.
It does.
I love SBs. I love the look of SBs, the big fat tongue. I love them. But that would not be, if I had one forever, that would not be the choice. That would not be the choice for me. We're going to do Ask Ryan coming up. I wanted to spend this segment talking to you about the transfer portal in basketball.
Okay, let's talk about it real fast. Everybody goes in the portal, they change schools, they get more money, and then they go play for a different school the next year. All right.
Damian Collins today entered the transfer portal.
I don't even know who that is.
Really?
No clue.
So Damian Collins was a consensus 5-star coming out of high school. He's from Texas. Signs with Kentucky. Is there for 2 years. Hops in the transfer portal. Comes to LSU. He played in just 6 games last year. Had an injury. And then now today, he played for LSU this year. Averaged 8-4 this year for LSU. Goes into the portal. We like athletic big.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Athletic big. So, but anyway, late in the season, Matt McMahon just went to a 4-guard lineup, went small, and now everybody's going in the portal, and they're getting a bunch of new guys. So Collins goes in the portal. Someone put on the text line earlier, is LSU going to have any players for a team next year? Yeah, and they're going to be way better than they were this year because, like, all the guys that are leaving right now are guys that were part of a team that went 3-15 in the league.
Yeah, those guys stink. Get them all out of here and get us some new guys.
Well, that's what they're doing.
Who else we got?
Well, the latest is Max McKinnon from Portland. Started his career at Elon.
Okay.
He's Australian.
Oh, he's a white guy.
He's white. He's Australian. Started his career at Elon. Transferred to Portland. Averaged 14 a game. Was their leading scorer. Can really shoot from 3. He's about 42% from 3. 6'6" wing. So you got a 6'6" wing, a little length out there for a wing defender, and then also can really fill it up from the outside. You had no shooters at all this year. Like
zero.
If Cam Carter didn't score 30, you didn't score 30 in a game.
What about that guy? Is he back? Cam Carter? Can he come back?
No, he's out. He's done out of eligibility. Yeah.
He was pretty good.
He was good. Got Max McKinnon coming in. 4th player.
Reminds me a lot of Pete Maravich, the McKinnon guy.
Why?
Just similar game. Similar game.
Really? In what way?
And Jason Williams. A little mixture between Pete Maravich and Jason Williams.
Yeah, in what way?
Hey, it look like they're filled up from outside. Got some length. I'm excited about McKinnon. Who else we got? We got anybody else new coming?
Yeah.
Hey, did what's his name's kid leave? Silk the Shocker?
Yeah.
His kid left too?
Yep, Victorious Miller. He's gone.
Oh, man.
I hate to see that.
I liked him.
I was really hopeful that, we could get Silk and P and everybody down here for a game. Looks like that's not going to happen.
Does Master P's kid play for University of Houston?
I don't know. No, his kid's Romeo.
Oh.
He's not playing in college.
I think he has another kid, though, that's playing.
At Houston?
I think so, actually. That sounds correct. I'll have to check it. But
look it up and let me know.
And did Master P give a bunch of money to UNO's basketball program?
He's like their GM now.
Can we get somebody to be our GM like Boosie or...
If they got P, it feels like Boosie should be the LSU GM.
Or Kevin Gates?
Let's go. Could you get Paul Wall? The iced out snowman. I dropped on my Instagram that he's going on tour. I was looking for dates. He's not coming here.
He's not coming here?
Mm-mm.
Dang it.
That would have been cool. All right, it's after further review. We'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up the hour next.
After further review.
Brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time.
Or you don't pay a dime.
752-0001, 752-0001. Weekend's here, y'all. Tomorrow's Saturday. It's 81 degrees right now. High of 85 today. Dude, we're in the mid 80s already in April.
Yeah, it's good.
That?
Yeah, it's hot. It was hot.
If you haven't done it yet, another friendly reminder, a friendly nudge to call River City's 1 Hour Air. I'm going to give you the number here in just a sec, so you want to get your phone out, do that. They have their preseason AC tune-up. So they'll come out to your house, they'll check, give your AC the once over, the outside unit up in the attic, make sure everything's good for the coming warm weather. What you want to make sure is that you avoid having a little problem become a big expensive problem. It's like preventative maintenance for your car. You got to do this every year. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. Here's the number. 752-0001, 752-0001.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I'm the colonel of the tank. Y'all have the big things, we have the big bank.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. In fact, did you forget, or did you not know the beginning of that song was the whole?
Yeah, I forgot there was like a minute of him talking on the phone.
Yeah. It's awesome. No Limb
It's
Studios.
funny.
Who this? Yeah, it's Pete. This is Rep Fonte. Who is this? It's Pete. Pete. Yeah, it's Pete.
It's really good.
I mean, you say, Man, this ain't no.
Hang the phone up.
Oh, man. All right. Yeah, you can keep that going, Beck, while we do
Yeah,
Ask
keep it
Ryan,
going.
because we're going to get to my part here in a second. Theriot knows it. Like, what would, if I
It's the
had
greatest rap verse ever.
If I had a walk-up song in baseball.
Ever.
I mean, if I had run-out music in football, walk-up song in baseball, I just found it. That's it.
It's the greatest rap verse ever.
It's coming up here in a second. It's when Mystical comes on the track. Scott asked Ryan, what baseball team regressed more, Dunham or the Baton Rouge post Theriot? Dunham or the Baton Rouge Rougarou?
I don't know, man. I mean, listen, you just got to look and see. You tell me.
Ask Ryan, if you were fishing and another boat captain started yelling at you and tried to board your boat, what's your move?
I mean,
oh, there's a video someone sent.
I've seen the video. It's pretty bad. I would have, in that situation, if I'm carrying, I might have to let him have it if he gets on my boat, but I'm probably like leaving the premises. This guy was nuts, man.
Matty Ice asked Ryan, should Matt say Evermore like Gail Benson says Ellen Moore during the live read? Can you hit the Ellen Moore thing? Do you see it on there? Okay, don't worry about it. Ellen Moore. I would have to say like Evermore. That's not a bad idea. Paulie likes it. Look at Paulie. You like that? Yeah.
That's good.
That is really good. Abner Neal, did Theriot sell his... There it is. Did Theriot sell his house?
The house is under contract, closing on the 30th. Shout out, yes.
Ryan Chalmette High has a kid named Bryce Wilson who's lighting up his opponents. He's committed to ULL. What do you know about him, if anything?
I don't know anything about him.
Hour number 3, Ben Mintz. Let's talk some baseball stuff.
After further review.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. South Carolina's march toward a repeat continues tonight when the Gamecocks take on Texas in the women's Final Four. Coverage in an hour on ESPN, followed by #1 overall seed UCLA versus Connecticut. Duke freshman Cooper Flagg named AP Men's College Basketball Player of the Year. He became just the 4th freshman to win the award one day before the Blue Devils play Houston in the Final Four. ESPN College Hoops analyst Luke Hancock.
This is a battle of those veteran guys for Houston. Can they junk the game up? Can they impose their will? They're going to go in there and say all the hype is on these Duke guys that are going to be first-round draft picks. We're going to show you we can compete with anybody. And I think that edge, that toughness, that's going to deliver for Kelvin Sampson's squad.
Luke Hancock on Clinton and Friends. Duke reserve forward Malik Brown admits he's not 100% regarding the injured shoulder, but is ready for a bigger role this weekend. Quarterback Trey Lance, a one-year deal with the Chargers. He and Taylor Heineke, the backups to starter Justin Herbert. Baseball, Orioles shortstop Gunnar Henderson will return from injury and make his season debut tonight in Kansas City.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Guess who's back again?
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out you
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill. They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name. Gigabit. And we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Yeah, right? Yeah, right. And then do what should be an awesome weekend around here, man. You got big, what's it called? Rock the Country out in Rock the Country.
Yeah, out in Livingston.
Rock the Country in Livingston. Nickelback tonight. Kid Rock tomorrow. Yep. You got Hogs for the Cause down in New Orleans. You got the St. Jude Fair going on this weekend. Shout out. That's where Erica Moscona is going to be parked all weekend long, is at the St. Jude Fair.
Yep.
I'll do my very, very brief window there tomorrow with Drew. Lauren will take him. They'll ride the little roller coaster and stuff. And
that's their thing. Lauren likes to do that.
Yeah, Lauren will bring them on all like the Ferris wheel and the roller coasters and all that stuff. And then they'll take it to the house. All that stuff.
Are they going to have crawfish over there like they always do?
I think they do on. I think they do on Saturday night. I think Friday night, Saturday night they have crawfish. Yeah.
What time does the fair close?
I don't know. I'm the wrong guy.
What time does Erica get home?
I don't know.
Late.
Don't know. All I know is that I'm basically a single dad for the weekend.
I think I'll be back in Baton Rouge tomorrow by 9, 8:30ish.
Okay.
I think maybe swing through.
If you get in, give me a shout. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
We'll eat some crawfish and we'll drink some beers. I'm there. I'm with you.
Oh.
How about that?
You bringing the Oxy?
Sure. And by the way, there'll be live music at the stage, sponsored by
Pearl Jam's going to be there. I heard.
Yep. That's not the thing that's happening. Nope.
They're not.
Nope. That's not them. No.
I heard Pearl Jam was playing at the St. Jude Fair this year.
Man, that would be awesome.
But
God,
maybe
that'd be
not.
So good if they were, but they're not.
I heard Kid Rock was going to go there early, play a set, and then go out to Livingston.
That'd be great. But that's also not going to happen now. Here you go. There's a picture of the stage. Let's check that. That's Erica there in front of the stage. That's the stage at the St. Jude Fair. Can you pull that up, Paulie? If you can see it. Oh, you can't see it because Mintzy's on. Okay. Anyway, the big banner, the stage sponsor is Parish Construction Roofing.
Boy, those Parish guys are everywhere.
Tell you what,
giving away $10,000.
We are giving away $10,000 and jeepers. Ben Mintz, Barstool Sports, good enough to join us here as he does every Friday. We pick some college baseball games. Mintzy, how are you, dude?
Doing well.
you kind of hate them not in South Louisiana this weekend with that schedule you just dropped, but a lot of fun stuff going on. Chicago Cubs opening day. I'm sure Ryan's very familiar with that today at 1:20. So the Barstool office was super dead today because everybody's in San Antonio right at Cubs opening day, but not quite warm here. It's a gray, overcast, kind of miserable day, but excited for Final Four and ready to pick some winners.
I was going to ask you that. I'm sorry, Matt. I was going to ask you that, Mintzy, opening, like, what's the weather like right now? Because I can remember, like, freezing my ass off on opening day.
Yeah, it's probably 50. It's not, like, cold, but it's windy. And, you know, Chicago, it's really all about the wind.
Yeah.
It's gray and overcast. But the Cubs have been hitting the cover off the baseball early in the year, so there's definitely some excitement in the city, and a lot of people are out there for it. I'm gonna wait till it warms up, but I do like this Friday 1:20 game.
There was I know I've said this before a bunch, but I think this might have been Mintzy 02, 03. I was in Chicago. My brother was a student at Notre Dame. I was in Chicago visiting him. I took the train, went over, and went to opening day at Wrigley. And they were playing the Pirates, and I think the game ended 1-0, maybe 2, something like that. And it snowed. Opening day at Wrigley in the snow. It was a miserable experience. But a cold beer in the snow isn't bad. Helps kind of numb everything a little bit.
We had one, I don't remember what year it was, but it was so cold that the middle infielders would give the sign to one another who was covering the base, depending on the pitch. And I was playing shortstop and Fontenot was playing second. And I gave him the open mouth, like, you got the base, I don't, expecting him to give me the closed mouth back, and he gave me the, I'm so blanking cold. That's what he said. It was like, poor little guy was freezing.
Poor little guy was freezing. Anyway, Mintzy, first time you were telling me earlier today, man, in a while, you haven't been in town for Hawks for the Cause, huh?
Yeah, I hate to miss it because I have to always go every year. But we got big Final Four streams here this weekend, and I'm kind of, by my standards, I've been laying a little low to start the year. It's going to be a huge summer here, but I kind of just been grinding the work and health stuff real hard, and so kind of saving it up for summer.
Very cool, man. Well, we always do it. Mintzy, Muso's out today. He's out today and Monday, so just you and I will pick some games. But Muso had a good weekend. Beck, hit the open there if you would.
Play ball!
It's time to cash some tickets. Let's preview the college baseball weekend with Ben Mintz of Barstool Sports, presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right, Mintzy, you and I last week both. Paul, you got can you put the graphic up? There it is. All right, so last week, Mintzy, you and I each went 1-2. Moose went 2-1. So Muso right now, a very respectable 6-3. I am at 4-3-1. So just barely over 500. You're at 4-5, so just barely under 500. So Muso setting the pace right now, but he's out today. So it'll just be you and me picking games. Would you like the honors?
Sure, I'll go ahead.
All right.
Some fun SEC matchups this weekend, especially. I'll start with the Georgia-Texas series in Austin. Man, Wes Johnson at Georgia. I mean, obviously, he was unbelievable for LSU as a pitching coach in 23 with Skeens when they won the title. But, man, I didn't see Georgia's 29-2 and 8-1 in the SEC.
Mashing the ball.
They're knocking the cover off the ball. But having said all that, give me Texas plus 105 as a home dog tonight. I like that Spencer kid that's pitching, and I feel like maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like Georgia's got to come back to earth a little bit. So I'm going to go Texas plus 105 tonight.
Okay. You know what's interesting, Mintzy? You said it, and I know, Terry, we've talked a bunch. You told me about, Skip loved Wes Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Says, the best pitching coach you'd ever seen.
Yep.
It's so odd. Georgia is over 80 homers already. They're pacing to challenge the 97 LSU home run record, which is so bizarre to think anybody would ever challenge that. Tennessee got close a couple years ago, but, because Wes Johnson's background is pitching, it's odd that they've been so bad on the mound. They lead the SEC in walks, but they're just murdering the baseball. I mean, it's if they figure it out on the mound, that's a legit national championship contender if they can figure out anything on the mound.
I think it's a mark of a good coach, though. He sees what he's got with his personnel, and he's like, you know what? I mean, we can pitch it okay, but these dudes can hit. Let's just win 12-10.
Mintzy, my first one, I love unders on these Fridays. When you look at Tennessee and Texas A&M, you got two aces going today, and then also you just look at A&M's inability to score. I'm going to take the under 12.5. I'm assuming that'll be Prager on the mound today for A&M against Tennessee. So you're looking at Doyle, Prager. I'll go under 12.5 in that game.
Man, Damn, that's tough for me because that was going to be my second pick. I like that.
You can play it. No, play it. Play it.
I'm going to play it too. The A&M thing's crazy. 1-8 in SEC after you're looking at a rematch of last year's national championship series in Knoxville this weekend, and this was supposed to be one of the most hyped up SEC series of the year. And A&M's fallen off a cliff, and not just are they screwed now. They have I believe 5 of their last top seven series are against top 10 teams. They host LSU, at Georgia, at Tennessee, at Arkansas. Yeah, man, this thing's bad for A&M. I don't know, as a preseason number 1 ever not made the NCAA tournament, because it looks like it's coming here.
Yeah, we talked about that with Kendall Rogers earlier this week. I don't believe so. That a preseason number 1 has never made the tournament. It's just it's wild to think what's gone so terribly wrong there. My second play, the Iron Bowl on dirt. We talked about this earlier this week with Kendall as well. I like Auburn in this series, and Auburn's a home dog. They're getting a 1.5. I'm going to take Auburn. I like them on the money line, Mintzy, but I'll take the 1.5 if I can get it. So I'll take Auburn on the run line plus 1.5 here in this game on Friday night at home.
I like that too. Even though Bama has been a big surprise so far this year, I don't know if they quite have the pitching staff to sustain it though. All right, my last pick, man. I'm sure y'all been talking about all day that Kade Anderson performance last night.
Yeah, how about it, man?
But I had the under last night in it, and I hope I'm not too late to the party, but I like under 11.5 again. I like Oklahoma throwing the other Witherspoon kid tonight, who's good too. The weather didn't look like the most favorable in Oklahoma for yesterday for really scoring a ton of runs. And I know Anthony Hyatt's, he's been up and down, but man, he struck out 12 last week. I think Oklahoma has a good pitching staff, but maybe not the best hitting team. So give me under 11.5.
Yeah, Mintzy, temps in the 50s, wind blowing in again. It's probably not going to be a huge offensive day. The only way that this gets offensive is if LSU starts walking a ton of people and you get the merry-go-round going. So I like that play as well. My last one, I'm going South Carolina, Mississippi State under 14. Pico Khan's obviously been really good. I just don't know that South Carolina is going to be able to score. I don't know they don't pitch it very well either. They're not very good. But I'm going to go under 14 there with South Carolina and Mississippi State at the Dude tonight on this Friday night game. Mintzy, got any thoughts? So that's our 3. Mintzy's 3, my 3. Musso not in today, so we'll give him the weekend off. Mintzy, what you think about the Final Four, man? Who you got?
Man, I'm excited. I think it's one of those things where I know this tournament, you didn't see all the upsets. You usually see in March Madness, but it's setting up. Really, you could make an argument that this could be, the most talented Final Four ever. It's the second time it's all 4 1 seeds.
Yeah.
It's 4 of the top 10 Ken Pom teams in like the last 10 or 15 years. So I can't wait to see. Florida Auburn feels like a dead coin flip. Florida was playing better later in the year, but they've kind of been turning the ball over and looked a little vulnerable in the tournament. And then the Duke Houston matchup. I mean, this is one of the most fascinating matchups I've seen. As far as the contrasting styles, both are elite defensively. Houston, I just wonder if those guys can punk Cooper Flagg and Knipple a little bit with how physical they are, because they play basketball like the Legion of Boom plays defense. I mean, it's crazy, but they have guards that can make shots and a good big guy. So I kind of like, I think Houston's got more of a shot than people give them credit for.
Okay.
They're catching 5.5. And I think that this could be a game in the 60s with these defenses.
DraftKings, I'm sorry, Mintzy, DraftKings, it's down to 4.5 right now in DraftKings.
Okay. Well, I kind of think Houston has more of a shot than the public's giving them a chance. And they actually played Duke in the Sweet 16 last year, and they were up pretty big. And then their point guard, Jabal Sheard, sprained his ankle, and then ultimately Duke won because of that. But both these teams are way better this year. I think it's going to be an awesome, great Final Four. And I've got a Florida Gator future from December at 28-1. So I'm very much cheering hard for Florida.
Are you going to middle? Are you going to hedge?
I debated it. I think I'm going to hold out for the title. Hope they win tomorrow and hold out for the title game on it.
Okay.
I do think Auburn could beat them, but I feel like if I hedge in the semis and then have to do it again in the finals, it's going to cut into it too much. So I think I'm holding out hope they beat Auburn, and then for the hedge thing, really hope Houston wins, because it's tough to hedge. Duke would be a 4.5 point favorite over Florida as of now in the championship, and so that's a tough hedge with Duke being minus 230 money line or whatever. Yep. So I think I got to hold out and hope they win one more game and then cheer for Houston.
What have you checked? What's the ticket worth now?
I hadn't checked it. I think the cash outs they always offer, though, seem like they're like low compared to the value. And I think they're offering me like like 500 or 550, which is not good enough when Florida's actually like plus 250 to win it now. Like the math just doesn't add up. So
yeah, I'm sorry, Mitzi. Florida's a 2.5-point favorite to DraftKings over Auburn in the semis.
Yeah, so I think I got to hold out. And plus, the NCAA tournament's always about those guards that can make the shots, and Florida has that in Walter Clayton. They played Auburn twice this year, split with them, both won on each other's home floor. Definitely feel like it could go either way, but I think I got to let it ride. But it should be a great Final Four. And like I said, I'm so excited to see this Duke-Houston game with the style contrast, because Duke may be one of the most complete college basketball teams I've ever seen this year, because people don't realize they're like top 3 in defense. Only 4 teams have scored over 71 points. They got rim protection, great guard play in Proctor. Everybody knows about Flagg. Knipple's elite. But I just don't know that they've seen anything like Houston. Even like Arizona and Bama, both up tempo, not really physical teams. Houston's going to get in their face.
Ben Mintz, you'll get him at Stool Mincy on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it right there. Good luck, man. I got Auburn to win the championship, but, dude, if you get, if your ticket cashed at 28-1, I'd be pumped for you. I would not be excited to see Florida win a national championship, but I'd be pumped for you to cash that ticket, man. So good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all take it easy. Always good catching up.
All right, Mincy, we'll see you. That's Ben Mintz. It's AFR. Someone's going to get some jewelry.
Some jewelry.
Maybe to get it at Lee Michaels.
Ooh.
How about that?
The red box?
Get that championship ring in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Gents, thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Thinking of popping the question? Remember, they got loose diamonds. They had beautiful diamonds, all different cuts, styles, shapes. And if they don't have what you want, they'll find it. If they can't find it, they'll make it. They want her to be thrilled. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. That's LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. People always ask how Mama Scone's bracket's doing. I haven't checked, actually, so we normally do it at the end of the tournament, but I'll check in this break and we'll come back. Not good. I think Mama Scone had St. Mary's winning the national championship. She just always defaults to Catholic schools.
Yeah.
But it hit for her a couple of years ago. She had Loyola of Chicago in the Final Four. The year they made the whole Sister Jean thing, Mama Scone had him in the Final Four.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's AFR.
AFR.
You want to build a pool?
I do need to build a pool.
DuplessisBuilders.net.
I want to do an outdoor kitchen stuff too, though. Like, not just the pool. I'm serious.
Duplessis Builders does that as well. Pools, outdoor kitchens, your entire outdoor space. By the way, I love this. Go check. If you check this on their social media, I mentioned it to you yesterday. I'll mention it again. Like, what validation this is. I tell you all the time about Derek and how his background is in, he's a mechanical engineer by trade, got his degree from LSU, a minor in aerospace engineering, was working as an engineer before he started building pools. So he's taken that level of engineering expertise into pool building. Dude, Duplessis was featured in Yahoo Finance. Look at this. This is an honest to goodness true story. Duplessis Builders, leading pool contractor, introduces smart pool technology in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and more as demand for energy-efficient pools grows. Dude, they were featured in Yahoo Finance.
Wow.
They're the best. DuplessisBuilders.net. Check them out. DuplessisBuilders.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Ice cream man. Yeah. Mr. Ice cream man.
All right, so I did check my bracket. I'm crushing Mama Scone. I nailed 3 of the Final 4. I had Auburn, Florida, and then I had Duke, Tennessee. So the only one I missed on in the Final 4 was Houston. And then I got Auburn, Duke in the championship. So, not that it matters at all. Everybody fills out a bracket. Nobody cares who anybody else has in their bracket. I get that. It's just a thing where me and Mama Scone go head-to-head so people care. But I've annihilated her. So, disposed of her early. Dispatched her.
Do you have her Final 4?
No, I don't.
That would be. I would be interested to know what that is.
Let me look to see if I can find. I mean, she's probably so far down in this thing. We can call her. Beck, maybe you can call Mama Scone over there.
I might need her phone number.
Yeah. Hester's doing well. I don't know what play. So Hester and I are tied. I think Hester and I are tied, leading the ESPN staff. Just very quickly scrolling, it looks like Hester and I are tied. I don't see anybody ahead of us yet.
Who's last in the ESPN?
Well, it's gonna be like T-Bob for sure.
There are some people that purposely try to get the worst one.
Oh, do you get something?
Well, some places do that. But.
So you were asking about our staff.
Yeah.
So T-Bob was like intentionally trying. Well, not intentionally, but he was just being like he picked Clemson to win the national championship. So he's like gonna be way last. Got it.
I got it. Cool.
You can get rid of Ice Cream Man. Thank you.
Good song, though.
Not bad. Lineups posted for LSU and Oklahoma game 2 tonight. Getting started here in about an hour and 7 minutes. 6:30 first pitch on SEC Network Plus. You can hear it on our sister station, Eagle 98.1. There are a couple of notable changes. So remember, OU's going with a lefty tonight. And normally when they go lefty, it's when you see LSU load up the lineup with righties. You'll see Fry at DH, you'll see Braswell at third, and then typically what they'll do is they'll put Pearson, who's a lefty, in right and sit Brown. So some of that holds. They are going to DH Fry.
Okay.
But interestingly, they DH'd Fry last night with the righty on the mound. So the last 3 games, even 2 of which LSU's faced righties, they've still DH'd Fry. So
he got a hit last night, huh?
He did. He was 1 for 3, and he didn't strike out either.
Yeah.
So he put the ball in play every time he faced Kyson Witherspoon, and that was my one big question, man. And you can speak to this, which Fry. I admittedly still had a bit of a wait and see approach with Fry. He's batting .400, which is awesome, but he only had 20 ABs in league play, and he was hitting .350. But 20 ABs is a very small sample size, and you face two of the worst teams in the league already. This was Kyson Witherspoon you'll agree, was a completely different challenge. You're facing a dude that's going to be a top 15 pick. He's got 4-pitch mix. He tops out at 99. He's awesome. And sometimes, I would love for you to speak to this, but as I understand, the challenge is when you're facing a guy with that type of velocity and you have to respect the breaking stuff, speeding your bat up to be able to catch up when 98 or 99 is coming can be the challenge, where you get a lot of swing through. So, I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, but yes, it is 100% fair, and you're exactly right. The only true way to do it, and we talked about this earlier. I didn't watch the game, but you have to eliminate as many of his pitches as you can during the at bat.
So how do you do that?
You just decide I'm not swinging at this pitch if I see it.
What if he throws them all for strikes?
Well, then 2 strikes. Obviously, you got to fight. Or I've seen guys, some of the best hitters in the world to ever play the game. They don't swing. Like, they are not swinging at the splitty, or they're not swinging at the slider. Like, it's not happening, and because you like you said, you can't hit them both. I mean, when you're throwing 99 miles an hour, you can't adjust to a 80-mile-an-hour changeup that's falling off the table. So you make up your mind before the at-bat starts, like, this is what I'm swinging at, this is what I'm not swinging at.
Okay.
But Fry, man, like, I'm so glad that he let him hit against a righty, that he's been giving him consistent at-bats. He's a true game changer if he gets hot. And I mean, he's hot right now.
Yeah, he's hot.
I get it.
No doubt.
But, I mean, he is a big bat, big body, good-looking, guy with pop. Like, he's a hitter, man.
The thing about him coming around too, there, Mr. The Riot, is it does add another power bat in the lineup behind Jones. And so you've had, Dickinson there batting third, which is great. I mean, that's been the answer, right, to make sure teams didn't just pitch around Jones. But now you could stack Fry behind him. And, man, that is a treacherous row, because then it's Milam.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, you want to deal with that? I mean, Milam may not have the consistent power to all fields like the other guys we just talked about,
but he can hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the catchers elongated that lineup too from a power standpoint. And
Hernandez doubled twice yesterday.
Been very impressive extra base hits. I mean, this guy can just. It ain't pretty. Like, he's not going to be super flashy, but I mean, he can just hit.
Do you think so? One of the things that I've said pretty consistently about Hernandez is, like, he's got over 400 collegiate at bats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can just tell he is a very seasoned college hitter. It's almost like watching Cade Beloso up there. Like, not necessarily stylistically, they're very different, but he's going to give you a competitive at bat. There's nothing that you can show him that he hasn't seen yet.
Mm-hmm. And I'd say the same thing behind the plate. I mean, it's very similar. It's a consistent, relaxed, calm setup. Oh man, I mean, he's been a huge help, kind of elongating that lineup. And they're scary offensively.
Yeah. And Stanfield in the 9-hole, who, man, look, there's a lot of people, y'all know who you are, probably owe that dude an apology, man, because a few weeks ago, people were wanting to bury Stanfield. He's hitting over 300 now. He had an RBI double last night. I mean, he is giving you production out of the 9-hole.
I'm going to tell you what he is. He is a baseball player.
Got it.
In every sense of the words.
Hold on. Let me write that down.
He is a
baseball
player.
Wait, let me make sure I get this right. He is a
baseball
player.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. He's not, he ain't trying to be flashy. He's not trying to be pretty. He don't care what the swing looks like. He is just trying to get on base. He's not trying to hit homers. He's not trying to, he wants to do what he can do to win the ball game. Yep. I mean, he's done a good job as well.
He's been great in center too, by the way.
Great defender.
The final out of the ball game in game 3 against game 2 or game 3?
Up against the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liner to set. Was it game 2? It was game 2. Was it game 2 or game 3? Anyway, against State, game 2 or 3, I don't remember. It was the liner to center. I mean, he's on a dead sprint and makes the catch a step away from the wall and runs to the wall. I mean, that is a great read off the bat and a very athletic play that if he doesn't come up with that baseball, you're tied. You're going to extra.
Absolutely.
Or at least you're coming up to the bat in the ninth with a chance to win, but you're in a tie ball game. So he's been very good, man. Very good. All right, we'll run through the lineup here in just a quick second. We are brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Locations all over South Louisiana. Remember, if you need to buy tires, get the best tires on the road at the cheapest price possible. You get them at Shawbills. Go to ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Remember also, if you go to the Shawbills Facebook page, they do a good job there posting their dealer specials. Right now, I mean, you can always get rolling right now. When you use your Shawbills credit card, you always get free installation, which is a $118 value. That's when you buy a set of new BF Goodrich or Michelin tires. So that's how I always tell you, like, they're going to combine the manufacturer offer with their offer to get you the best price possible. And if you buy tires at Shawbills and you find them advertised cheaper somewhere else, they'll refund you 125% of the difference. So April is a great time to buy brand new BF Goodrich or Michelin tires and save. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com, Shawbills, where we keep you rolling. Okay, let's get into here's the lineup. We'll run through it very quickly. At the top is just what we've seen. It's Curiel, Jones, Dickinson, 1, 2, 3. Then Fry, back cleanup. So last night, Milam and Fry, so they're flipping tonight. So Fry, Milam, Josh Pearson gets the start and right, so Jake Brown goes to the bench. And then the bottom third is Hernandez, Reeves, Stanfield. So Curiel, Jones, Dickinson, Fry, Milam, Pearson, Hernandez, Reeves, Stanfield. The notable change there is Reeves. So Reeves is the left-handed bat. You're facing a lefty tonight in Cade Crossland. Typically, this would be where we would see Braswell at third to get another right-handed bat in the lineup. Instead, they're going with Reeves, the lefty. What do you think?
I think a lot of times, I mean, we're not privy to this information, but, I mean, when you look at guys' splits, there's some left-handed pitchers that just can't get left-handed hitters out, and you'll see that negative split sometimes. And this could be one of those situations why you're seeing the lefty in the lineup or a couple lefties in the lineup where they wouldn't necessarily have to be.
I guess the one counter to that would be if that were the case, then Brown would be in right, Pearson would be DH, and have the lefties in the lineup. But Fry has just been so good that they're leaving him in there for sure.
That or it doesn't matter what lefties pitch and Brown just struggles with. And I don't know.
Maybe.
And I'm saying all that. I think Jake Brown's going to play in the big leagues.
I agree. I've been staunch on that. I think Brown would never come out of my lineup. Never.
I think he's a big leaguer. I really do.
Guys hit, I don't know what it is right now after last night. I think he's hitting 390. I mean,
it's a good team. It's a good team we got over there.
When you take a guy like Jake Brown, like, hey, you're not playing every day. Now, I think part of that is you're trying to keep a lot of guys happy, and sometimes that can be to your detriment. And you're going to get to a point later in the season where you're going to narrow that. Like, you're going to identify who's on your lineup every day that you're going to run out there. There can be exceptions, obviously, like you said, matchups. But for the most part, you're going to identify who your guys are. But Tigers got a chance to go to another series win, man. Yep. Best start overall and in conference play since 2013. Oh, wow. That great team that went to Omaha, came up short in Omaha, but they are rolling right now, doing it without a deep bullpen. But you have the full extent of your bullpen available to you tonight and on Saturday because of the work Kade Anderson did. All right, it's after further review. Let me knock out a quick break. If you want to join us, email us, tweet us, text us, and we'll get to Ask Ryan here in about 15 minutes. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. Weekend is here. Tell you all the time on the weekend, great chance to get by and go check out brunch at the Gregory inside the Watermark Hotel. Watermark downtown Baton Rouge. Premier hotel property, voted by you the best hotel in the best of 225. The Gregory's right there in the lobby of the Watermark. When you walk in, you can't miss it. Big open-air restaurant right in the lobby of the Watermark. It's really cool just to go in to see the Watermark because it's that exquisite. I mean, they have taken it is a luxury hotel. I mean, they have taken this historic building in downtown Baton Rouge, added modern amenities to it, not only in the guest rooms, but also in all of the public spaces like at the bar, the Gregory. Milford's on 3rd is a sandwich shop, which is accessible through the lobby or from the 3rd Street entrance. But Sunday brunch at the Gregory, awesome. Get your reservation. Valet parking whenever you eat at the Gregory, so you don't have to worry about parking downtown. Check them out today. It's Watermark Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust. the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I got that jiggle juice. I got that jiggle juice. It got me jiggling. It got me getting loose. I got that jiggle juice. I got that jiggle juice. It got me jiggling. It got me getting loose.
All right, we'll get to Ask Ryan in about, less than 10 minutes. We got to go. Get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Former LSU defensive back Sage Ryan made some waves. He was at practice there at Ole Miss, and he made a few comments about getting to face his former teammates at LSU. He said he'll be seeing red. He can't wait. In fairness, the full quote, he talked about getting to go up against his guy, Nuss, and he'll be hyped up for it and all that stuff. Thoughts on Sage Ryan's comments about seeing red?
I didn't hear the whole thing. So there's that. I've been victim of this before. But there's no reason to poke the bear. Not like he was some kind of All-American. And I do hope that he is on the field whenever Nuss is throwing passes.
Here's the full quote. Full quote. I can't wait. I'm seeing red already. I can't wait to go against my former teammates and my guy Nuss there. It's going to be a good battle.
Yeah, he just should have left out that I'm seeing red already.
Yeah.
Deal.
If you just take that part out and it's, I can't wait to go against my former teammates, my guy Nuss, it's going to be a good battle.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's relatively benign. The I'm seeing red already is
why are you seeing
And the thing
red?
is too, like, I've kind of been like, this
guy played when he shouldn't have played. I'm just going to be honest.
I was a Sage Ryan, have been a Sage Ryan defender for this reason. I don't know if I'll try to do this as succinctly as possible. So I understand Sage Ryan was not great at LSU.
No, he was brutal.
Wasn't brutal. Hang on. Sadrian came as a 5-star, so automatically he has increased expectations. That is a symptom of the recruiting process. If you come in as a 5-star, like if you're a 3-star and you never see the field, nobody cares. If you're a 5-star and you struggle, everyone calls you a bust.
That's right.
And that you didn't ask for the label, anything like that. Sadrian came, was injured as a freshman and didn't play, which not his fault. He had hamstring injuries. Like he was injured, didn't play. As a sophomore, he played in the nickel. Then as a junior, he played boundary corner. He is not a nickel or a boundary corner. He did that because LSU did a brutal job recruiting and had injuries and defections and missed on some portal guys and a lot of stuff. Like Sadrian playing boundary corner is laughable. He is a safety who's trying to play boundary corner in the SEC. That didn't go well. I'm not surprised. But to his credit, he did what his team asked him to do. So I've always given him credit for that. His best year at LSU was last season when he did play solid. I think his PFF grade was maybe in the 60s. He was a solid player for you defensively. Not good, not great, not all conference, just a solid SEC player for you in his natural position. So if you ask Sadrian to play safety, which is his natural position, he was a solid player. Not an All-American, not an all-conference guy, not a first-round pick, anything like that, but a solid starting player for you. And he may be a solid starting player there for Ole Miss. But the point is, I think Sadrian is an easy target because he was a former 5-star who never lived up to that expectation and all that sort of stuff, which I don't think is fair necessarily to him. He didn't ask to be given that ranking or rating or anything like that. And I do credit him because during his time at LSU, he played out of position for 3 years because that's what the team asked him to do. So I'll give him credit for that.
Okay. Well, he wasn't any good. I don't care where he was playing, he wasn't any good. So there's that. There's plenty of people playing out of position. They play well. And then you don't pop off in, the C and red thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't love the C and red. Everything except the C and red part is fine. But it's funny because I can hear if I end up getting asked to do an interview on an Ole Miss, Ole Miss people are going to be excited, right? Because they got this LSU former starter. Because the way you phrase it is, former starter from LSU transfers to Ole Miss, and they're going to be excited about it. And if I, as an LSU guy, go do an interview on an Ole Miss show and they're asking me about Sadrian, and I poo-poo him, then it's sour grapes from the LSU guy because he left and went to Ole Miss. But it's I'm actually good getting to Marcus Cooley from the portal and letting him start over Sadrian.
Yeah.
I think LSU's probably way better off. We'll see. Do you want Shedeur Sanders to go to the Saints?
Yeah. Absolutely I do.
That'd be so good.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
Kellen Moore didn't go to the pro day today at Colorado, but Dion said after, I like these colors. Meaning he was wearing Colorado, black and gold. He's I like these colors. Meaning Saints black and gold maybe for Shedeur.
Dude, that would be so good.
Why would you love that?
I mean, in the off chance that we could maybe get Dion to come coach here one day.
Would you be in?
That's why I love that.
Would you be all in?
100%.
If Dion was the coach?
Yes.
I know. He's so good.
Yes, I definitely would. He would come out with some new sneakers too.
What if Dion coached the Saints?
It'd be unbelievable. Dude, we get everybody.
He's so good.
Who doesn't want to play for Dion?
I want to play for Dion. I'm just not any good.
Me too. No, I think that would be great. I'd like to get him here. I mean, it kind of fits. When do the Saints pick? 9th?
9th.
Does he fall to 9? I think he probably
maybe.
He probably will. What about Jackson Dart? How far is he going to fall? He's climbing, dude. People love
Jackson but that's Dart. The thing. I don't know that it's
sneaky hot,
if Jackson
too.
Dart falls, I just think is anybody actually going to use a pick that high on him?
On Dart?
Yeah.
He's the talk of the town.
I know. He's got a good agent that's pumping him up right now.
Does he?
Got to be. Why else would he be flying? I mean, he plays 5 years of college. You have all this film on him from all these years, and then he goes to the Pajama Olympics, and now everybody loves him. He's got a great agent who's pumping him up, right? Why? Mm-hmm. Why else? Why else? Tell me why.
I mean, I don't know.
Because he went out in a T-shirt and ran a 40 in a shuttle cone drill or something? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely would rather Shedeur.
Me too.
For sure. He's going to talk trash to people and show everybody his watch. And, it's going to be – dude, that's going to be awesome.
I would love the swag. Yeah. But I – just seriously, though, I do love Shedeur because he got the crap kicked out of him for 2 years at Colorado and never said peep. Like, his offensive line was brutal. And he kept getting up. Like, he was last year, two years ago, he was sacked more than any other quarterback in the country. Did you ever hear Shedeur go put his offensive lineman on Front Street? Did you ever hear it? Never. Never. And, by the way, he's super rich already, so you know he'll go work despite having the wealth and the fame and all that stuff. You don't worry about his fame or money going to change him.
He's got a chip on his shoulder.
I believe it.
I mean,
I would love it, dude.
Yeah.
If he's there at 9, I can't get behind trading up, giving up the assets. Because, like, you look at when San Francisco went from 12 to 3 to take Trey Lance, they gave up 3 threes. They did a pick swap, and then their next 2 years 3s, and then also a third-round pick. It's just too much. You're the Saints. You're terrible. Your roster's awful. You need those assets to make yourself better everywhere. Like,
are you thinking the Saints are going to pick a quarterback?
I think it's a very real possibility. Wow. Because your coach is a quarterback who is a quarterback's coach. When Sean Payton came here, the first thing they did was they went and signed Drew Brees. So he went and got his quarterback. He needed to draft one, and then you didn't need a quarterback the rest of the time because you had Brees.
Yeah.
I look at this and I go, okay, well, you got Kellen Moore here. He inherits Derek Carr, who'll be here for one more year. Like, what if he has an opportunity to go get a young guy, let him sit for a year behind Carr so he doesn't get annihilated as a rookie, and then next year, you untether him from the dock and let him sail. I love that idea.
I'd get a jersey.
A Shedeur jersey?
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I'd get a jersey.
Do you think he'd wear number 2? That'd be brutal. That's Aaron Brooks' number. I mean, Jameis wore 2. 2 has not served quarterbacks well in New Orleans. Marcus Colston wore 2 in his first camp. He was the first guy to wear it after Aaron Brooks. And everybody looked at him like, oh, God, the rookie from Hofstra has no shot. And then he switched to 12, and he became a Saints Hall of Famer.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Way better. Way better. Way better.
Yeah, I want Shedeur.
I do too. All right, it's after further review. Let's talk about our final break of the show. Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. We'll come back. We'll do Ask Ryan. Get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us. Ask Ryan is next.
AFR.
Remind you about Glow Resources. Jareth Nakan and the great crew over at Glow Resources, not just here in Baton Rouge, but all over. Glow has office in New Orleans, Miami, Houston, Golden Triangle. They're everywhere, man. Orlando. So it doesn't matter where your business is located or where you do business. Like I've told you the story before about how, for example, they've connected people, a business in Houston, and helped them hire an employee in California to do a job in India. At Glow Resources, they have the network to cast a wide net to find the perfect candidate for your job. If it's skilled blue-collar labor, if it's C-level management, or anything in between. You need an office manager for an accounting firm, a law firm, an industrial services company. They got you. GLO, glowresources.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioneer Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Bounce for the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the Jubilee, oh, we made that it. Bounce for the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the Jubilee, oh.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We wrap up like we do every single Friday with a little Ask Ryan. Get your questions in for Theriot. You can email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400, or go to Ask Ryan. Favorite rapper?
Oh man, I've got like a bunch of them.
What happened?
Probably Lil Wayne.
Shadur like crazy.
They would.
Ask Ryan how will the Cubs do this season and who's winning the World Series. Please don't say the Dodgers.
I don't know how the Cubs are going to do. I hadn't really watched a whole lot. The Dodgers are definitely winning the World Series.
It would be a major upset if the Dodgers don't win the World
Cubs
Series.
are a playoff team.
Are they?
They are. Central's terrible.
Mark, ask Ryan. Warren Morris or Todd Walker?
Todd Walker. All day long. And I love Warren Morris, but that's not even a discussion.
Warren Morris is a big leaguer. I mean, no, I'm with you with T-Dub, by the way. But, like, let's not lose sight of the fact that Warren, his career wasn't just one moment. It was the greatest moment any of us have ever seen.
That's right.
But the dude was a big leaguer. He was awesome. And Matt C. said, I got my first pair of Court Visions last November. Just started wearing them more recently. I've fallen in love with them. Currently looking to get a pair of Dunks.
Oh, get you a couple pairs.
Love that. Go to Ruckus and get them. All right. Beck, Polly, thanks. Have a great weekend.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows doors siding, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy efficient replacement windows. Beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. They do it all. They do it better than anyone. You know, when we talk about Relief Windows, yes, we're talking about something that is a commodity. A lot of people can sell you a window, right? I mean, there's lots of window companies. Mm-hmm. So how do you decide what window company to pick? You can shop price. But if you're only shopping price, then don't call Relief Windows because they're never going to be the cheapest. They will always, however, be the best. And the way they differentiate themselves is the level of service they provide. Well, how do you define that? Well, how about this? They measure twice to install once. They have people that are measure techs, people that are installers, separate crews for service only. So some companies, if you call for service, maybe they got to take other people off of other jobs. No, they have a total service division at Relief Windows. It's not only the sale, it's the service after the sale. It's ReliefWindows.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644